cars feel with the lower tire pressure?
Feels better on the low speed, but not as good on the high speed.
Okay, so we'll leave them where they are.
Yeah.
Just leave them where they are.
Although, the only thing I'm curious, is there a pressure difference between left and right? There.
Alright, whenever you want to go out, you put your left leg
Attention finally, you will feel free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a I don't give a fuck. 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 It's time to start doing the right thing. So trust your instincts, stop listening to others, and own your decisions. People will always tell you what to do, and how to live. So let's create space for what matters most to you. You'll be glad you did. Now start claiming your time and your mental well-being by saying no more. No more. Say it loudly and proudly. In other words, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Target acquired.
Eagle 1, first strike. You have permission to engage the target.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Welcome, everyone, to the show. It's going to be a good show tonight. You know, man, what a couple of days, guys. What a couple of days. You know, the past few days, the shows, the streams, it's been crazy, man. I was just on Chaotic Truth earlier. If you've never been on that show, you should check it out. They do a great job over there. It's exciting. Sometimes it's just really, probably not what you want to listen to, but sometimes it really is what you want to listen to. And so, at any rate, hope you guys enjoy the show. We're going to talk a little bit tonight on a couple of different subjects, but we'll. I believe that we're going to. I'm waiting on some information, and I believe we're going to talk about the Hawk Tua crypto coin that came out, and why it may be a rug pull. We don't know that it's a rug pull, but it might be. So yeah, and we're going to talk about that. I'll just go through the chat really quick, see who's out there, see what's going on, all the good stuff. So Bujicon 13, number 13 was first in with Tiki Tack second. He just tagged up. He's over on. He's probably watching Andrew's debate, which actually I was too a little bit. Well, I see Damien, our parkour guy. Again, if you um, looking for some good a good alternative channel, Damien's got some pretty good stuff up. And Buck White, I see you're in here. Mr. Boulay in the Department of Numismatics. Yeah, I don't know that we're actually going to talk about the crypto itself, or if we're just going to be talking about the fact that it very well could have been a rug pull where they pumped the value up, took profit, and left the investors holding the bag. We'll see. Stephen Aker, I was watching Andrew's debate. It's not much of a debate, to be honest, and I've just about had enough of trans issues this week. Andrew is so masterful that it's crazy how he just rolls over these guys. So that's pretty cool to watch. If First Amender was supposed to be part of the debate, but I guess he didn't show up. So anyway, yes, Charlie Allergen, whatever. Charlie, yes, that was Pikes Peak with the dirt. Back when it had dirt, that was the last year of dirt actually, and where it was and then they paved it the next year, the following year. Great stuff. There were 3 tracks in the first video, and then of course the second video was a single track. So that's cool. Yep. And let's see. We've got Michelle is in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Ryan says, yeah, Ryan, I think he just destroyed them and all of that. Anyway, I was actually kind of debating a trans person before I came up, before I came over. Old Joe, good to see you out there in the chat. It's been a while since I've seen you in my chat. I see you everywhere else, but good to see you here. Silvar Ogre, you tuned in at the right time. Yes, you did. Who else is out there? Yeah, we'll figure it out as we go along. So that's interesting. I committed a bad faux pas over on Andrew's channel. Something I kind of knew, but I get out of practice because I go to other channels, Discord servers, and I actually posted for people to come over here, and that's a no. You shouldn't do that. And I know that. I don't know. I just had I don't know. It's been a long day, guys. So that's I'll have to apologize to Andrew later about it. I do make mistakes, and that was one of them. So as soon as assuming that we get I have I have someone that's supposed to be coming on to talk about this Hawk Tuah coin, because I actually didn't prep for this at all. So we will see what the deal is. But in the meantime, we'll just talk about other cool stuff. If you missed it, you should go over and watch the video from the Raging Tomato last night, because I destroyed Millionaire Bachelor over and over and over again. And the interesting thing is, I didn't intend to go on his I actually intended not to go on last night. I was just going to watch. But this guy, the way he talks, the way he is presenting things is just so the sorry, I'm communicating with someone that doesn't realize that when I give a time, it's in my time zone. It's okay. Anyway, so the where's I at mentally? All right, so Millionaire Bachelor. I'm listening to him just sort of prattle, obfuscate, just terrible stuff. And so when it became apparent that he was just spurging out left and right, I was like, you know what? I am going to go up. And that got fun. They got fun a lot. So that it was interesting because when I came up, he ran away. He like bailed, and I was like very disappointed. So I had some fun with some of the other people that were on the panel, and we chatted, and it was a good time. And then he came back, and then I kind of he kind of came at me, which was the wrong thing to do. And um, then I hammered him really bad. Yeah, Anson, I really think he is kind of doing a bit, except the thing is that it's one thing to do a bit. Um, uh, it's one thing to do a bit, but it's another thing to just stick to it to the point where people just know you're lying. And that was my problem. Look, I don't have a problem with his shtick. I don't really care that he, you know, covers his face and he, has that whole like garden gallery kind of nonsense going on. I mean, look, man, hey, whatever it takes. But it was when he started talking about the the it's the fact that when Andrew confronted him about that building, whether or not he owned all of it, was not a mansion. It's a townhouse, and it's literally like it was an apartment building. Supposedly they've converted it. He has converted it to one house. I don't know. Here, oh, we got a super chat TTS coming in from Mr. Boulay. Listen up,
Mr.
folks.
Boulay and the Department of Numismatics donated $10. Super chat. Bro. It's a townhouse, not a mansion. Now go wash up with tactical soap from Grondike Soap Company. Stay true to yourself and what you wash with. Try tactical soap.
Yeah. So I at any rate, at any rate, he ran away. He came back. I lit into him. We went round and round and round for a while, and it was a good time for me. Thank you, Mr. Boulay, for the $10 American. Really appreciate that. Guys, by the way, if you don't know, the TTS is at $10, and you can hear it on your end. It is the British voice, as it always should be. And but anyway, so the whole deal with MB last night was just funny. But I had fun, man. That was great. The funny thing is, he would run and run and run, and I just didn't care. Whatever, just gish gallop around, do whatever you need to do, bro. It's all good. It was a good time. So if you saw that, I think you were having a good time. Oh, look, Glenn Lawrence is in the house. Glenn Lawrence does not have a link. Let me remedy that. So let me remedy Mr. I'll get Mr. Lawrence up. He's been quite busy. Committed a faux pas earlier on Andrews in the Crucible. So I'm so yeah, Glenn Lawrence has the link. Got it from me, and apparently, yeah. All right, cool, Glenn. Come on up in a few. Chris Lestrange, you're welcome to come up as well. I have a guest that eventually will be here, but is not yet here. So we'll see how long that takes. And then we'll eventually get to talking about this crypto thing. So I'm still kind of one of those guys that I'm not a real big believer in crypto, except as an asset that people think is worth money. And therefore, if people think it's worth money and it's going to go up and I can make money, then I feel like I should own some. and and that's that. So, um, but yeah, so that's kind of how that works out. Um, I think Andrew won his debate tonight in the first 10 minutes, but he's got to put on a good show, so he'll be streaming for a little while. Um, Andrew hasn't been on in a while, kind of you know, missing having him come on and have fun with us, but that dude's been super busy. At any rate, where were we at before I interrupted myself? So, yeah, very interesting stuff going on. Um, Michelle's being lazy tonight. You'll have to message her because she's not looking for you. So, Mr. Boulay is on it tonight. That's great. Low energy mod. Some days that's the way it is, Michelle. Are you feeling better at least? I know that you were sick a few days. Hopefully you're doing better. And if not, please get better. Yeah, so that's I know Stephen Aker. That's we were discussing that in chat yesterday and came to that same conclusion. And we actually had videos of that gun being fired. And dude, it is like super, super quiet. Super quiet. So, um, well, Glenn, I'm glad she's doing work for you. That's good. That's good. You got the COVID, the vid. You're riding the vid. Okay, all right. So, hopefully you feel better. But yeah, all right. Well, while we wait for people to come up, crazy, scary, quiet. I think you mean. Yeah, that thing is nuts. And so it wasn't that kid was clearing a jam. It was that he was cycling the weapon. Um, it was pretty impressive. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? So earlier I was on CT's panel. It I was on like 3 times today. I would go on and then I go on. He didn't expend live rounds. Apparently, he may have dropped them, or the police could have put out some misinformation. I don't know. So he did not need to cycle the weapon at all. He except by hand. So that's it. So I got you. You're hungry? Good, good. All right. Well, I think we're still getting information about the Talk to a Hawk coin that was put out. If you guys don't know, what happened is they put out this Hawk crypto on the Solana blockchain. Now Solana currently is about 240 a coin, and it is one of the better and more stable Bitcoins that you can get into. And I don't know that the meme coins are actually holding any value like Dogecoin and that sort of thing. So I don't know that they're holding any value. And so they had a valuation of 500 million, or pardon me, a market capitalization of 500 million. That means people invested $500 million into this coin. And then it dropped 95%. 95%. So currently at 25 million in value, and so investors have lost a lot of money, and it's very, there's a lot of controversy. They're really saying that the Hawk Tuah girl Haley Welch and her team orchestrated this rug pull. Now, I don't know that that's true, and I don't. It seems odd that because it's a very sophisticated thing to kind of do, and to do a rug pull. Although that is something that's happening, we can talk about that a little later. Um, but the rug pull phenomenon in cryptocurrency, I think, is going to be something that'll be with us probably for about a year before people get tired of it and start actually um, doing their due diligence. And when we talk about a meme coin, right? So meme coins are like the Dogecoin. It's inspired by an internet meme, and there's they lack for the most part any kind of intrinsic value or utility, right? So they basically rely on enthusiasm in a community or viral appeal. Like everybody's got to have one, and so that is, that's always like hyper risky. Anyway, I would not have put any money into it, and I think the problem is that with all of the so here's the crypto community cryptocurrency community is kind of first of all it's relatively small, right? And they absolutely understand that any negative line item can and will devalue their currency like big time. So it's really a big deal. And so, you know, whether it was poor planning or foul play, somebody did something behind the scenes. Um, the I don't know, but there are currently allegations um, filed with the SEC alleging that the entire Hawk Coin um, meme coin project, the entire thing from start to where it is now, has been a rug pull where they pump up the value. They basically inflate the launch through a lot of advertising, a lot of you know hype, and once it launches and gains a little bit of momentum and moves up a little bit, then and people put their money in, um, the people who actually develop the meme coin who are selling it, um, they sell theirs, right? And so or they sell the coins that they're holding at a profit, right? So let's just say they release half of the coins and they keep half of the coins, and they release them and people buy them, and it creates a viral movement. Everybody's got to have it. That drives the value up. Coins move very quickly from $1 to $2 to whatever, and bam. Next thing you know, these guys, there's, the coins go from $10 to 150 or $200 each. These guys still have half of them, and they start releasing those coins into the wild and selling them for a huge profit, and which then devalues everybody else's coins, and that's what happens, right? The coin's value collapses. You're left holding a coin that you probably bought in at 50 or 80 or $100 a coin, and then you're down to like it's worth a quarter. So that's it in a nutshell. Now, the Hawk Tuah girl Haley Welch and her team, who I don't know who her team is, so I think that she just said, "Hey, I want to do this," and they hired some people to do it, and maybe those people might have orchestrated this rug pull, or it could have just been hyped right out of the gate. So if we let's just, let's say that, that she hired the wrong people and all of that. Um, then, then there's going to be a lot of legal scrutiny. There's going to be a lot of people looking at this, and it could be bad for, I don't know if it'll be bad for Welch herself. I don't know that it would be bad for her personally. I don't know how much of the coin she owned and sold, but for the developers that owned it and sold it, especially if they sold it at high market value, then it's done. They're out, right? So so that's where we're at with the Hawk currency. And this is where understanding crypto, if you don't understand it, the big problem is you can't listen to any of the hype. I don't care if you've known the guy 20 years and you trust him implicitly. If he starts hyping you, you need to turn it off all listening devices. Talk about something else. Start talking about football or whatever. Stop talking about crypto, because hype is not where it's at when you're, first of all, hype is never where it's at when you're dealing with money, but it's especially not where it's at when you're dealing with something with no real intrinsic value like crypto. Now, Bitcoin has some value because, according to the creators, there can only be so many of them, and you have to mine them, and that takes effort and energy and all of that. So that's not bad. Bitcoin, at least I can understand it, and people want it, so that's not a bad reality. So, but some of these others, especially the meme coins, I think meme coins are just there to suck basically the uninformed, the less intelligent. I just I feel like it's just there to suck them in, and that's it. There's just there's nothing else about it. And it's just one of those things. So it is what it is. And yeah, that's what it is. And I got to be honest with you. It feels like all I've heard for the last, like the last 3 weeks has been trans this, trans that, trans this, trans that. Now, part of that is because of the decision that's being made, the case in front of the Supreme Court right now, where they're going to uphold Tennessee's law that denies doctors and school officials and basically anyone else. It denies them the ability to give kids, children, gender affirming. Is that the right? I think that's the right word. Gender affirming drugs or procedures. So this is a landmark case. It's in front of the Supreme Court right now, and the Supreme Court is going to uphold that. The decision will be released in June. Currently, there's no injunction. As near as I can tell, there's no injunction that there's absolutely no injunction at all right now to prevent Tennessee from enforcing their state law. So, so for us, it's not going to matter, and it looks like we're going to be, we're going to win that in the Supreme Court. And once that happens, any state that puts those types of laws on the books, any town that puts those types of laws on the books, they can't be overturned because the Supreme Court's already made a decision that, and the way that they're stating the decision is particularly important as well. The way that they're stating the decision is that they see no reason or no imperative for these procedures and drugs to be used, and therefore, since they're basically unproven, you can't you can legislate against their use. So that's a landmark kind of decision. I'm really great, um, and I really feel great about it. And I just, got to be honest, man. I'm just really kind of I'm really kind of tired of hearing all about the. I'm really kind of tired of hearing all about trans issues for the past couple of weeks. So I'm up for many more discussions. This going forward. I understand. Look, it makes great TV, and Andrew has the rhetoric down perfectly, and so he's killing it, man. But I'm just tired of it. I don't want to hear anything more about it. Um, Even on CT's channel, which I really enjoy CT's channel, I'm sick of it there too. So yeah. All right. All righty, Rudy. So yeah. So Chris has needed way more than a minute. Buck White says make bullying great again. I don't disagree with that. I think that bullying has a certain usefulness in it. You've been saying it's a psyop. Here's the thing. I don't think it's a psyop per se. I think that it's first of all, I think that there's a lot of people that are just bored in this world, and they're lost, and their parents are useless, and they can't really get any directionality in their life, so people at the age range are so suggestible as to be it's no wonder to me that these kids, these young people, are so open to these stupid ass ideas. And you know I keep trying, I've been trying to think about it in a logical way, right? Like just hear me out for a minute. So let's just say, right, that let's just grant that kids are confused little bastards, they don't know what they're doing. And they have this, you walk into this environment every day called high school or junior high, where you think everybody else has it sorted out and you don't. But maybe there's one or two kids that kind of hang out with you, but they're as confused as you are. I mean, come on, we've watched this in every teen movie since 1982. We know where it's going to go. They're confused. They're weirded out. They got a lot of stuff going on. Very suggestible, and this is where all of this this kind of stuff comes from. What's the idea? And what's interesting is that we were for a while, and I you have to wonder about this. For a while, all of these moron kids were really focused on being pan, right? They were pansexual. They were open. They're pan. Fluid. I'm gender fluid. Some days I feel like a girl. Some days I feel like a guy. Some days I feel like both. What kind of fucked up stuff is that, man? Like that's just nuts, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Mr. Lawrence, how are you, sir? I saw you come in, but I was in the middle of running my mouth. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Tommy, can you hear me? Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, you're loud. I got you pumped all the way up though, so let me turn that down. So try that again.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
You were literally all the way up, bro. How are you, man? How's your health? How are they
Doing
hanging?
good. Well, right now it's right dead center. Balls are a little taut, but I mean, you know, it's hanging forward.
You're peaking or something. Your gain may be off.
I don't know. It shouldn't be me.
It
I mean,
sounded
I'm
like
using a
Andrew was
lapel.
talking over you there for a minute. So.
No. I'm just chilling. I have my lavalier mic on. That's probably why. I'm
It could be
driving.
banging against your shirt or something.
Well, it's not banging. I'll let you know if someone was banging.
Okay.
Nothing's
Maybe
banging.
you were burping. Maybe it farted.
You know what? Might have done that.
Yeah.
Can't confirm nor
did
deny.
did you catch the Millionaire Bachelor torching last night?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I felt bad for the guy.
Me too.
I mean, it just wasn't a good look overall for him.
No.
If you think about it, you know, it was.
It's going robo peaking. Michelle is right. Yeah, your lavalier mic might be. It might be either too close to
peaking?
you.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Just give me a second. Here, I'm gonna mute myself. Just give me a second.
Warranty exchange that mic. That's funny. He sounds like Macho Man giving Kermit the Frog a boot. A boot. I'm Canadian, boys. What about your boot?
How about now? How does it sound now?
It's better.
Am I peaking? Am I peaking though?
Give me a sentence.
Grid, I got a clip of you that I'm gonna use for all the funny little things.
Yeah, you're still peaking.
And
you get about halfway through and it goes,
damn, you go.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. How about now?
It's not a peak exactly. It's like a thrumming or something. Somebody give me the what does it sound like? It sounds like it's like
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Oh, I mean, if I my air,
his butt now. Anson Knowles gets it.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Is that better?
Everybody's like, that's not peaking. That's something much worse. Hey, is the plug all the way in?
Yeah. Yeah. How about now?
That's better.
Is it better now? Okay. I realized what it was. It was the wireless charger.
It could be feedback echo.
No, it was the wireless charger. That
it's still kind of doing it, but it's not as often.
Huh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't know what to tell you guys. On the road. I'm heading home. I'm almost home though. A few hours and I'll be home.
Okay. Well, that's fine. So you're on your phone then. That could be it. Your phone may just not be driving with the mic.
I'm on my phone and I have the wireless plugged into my phone.
You know what it's probably doing is that it can't process the sound from your mic quickly enough.
Yeah, because I've recorded with the wireless plugged into my phone. It comes out clear when it's plugged in, but the fact that maybe it's streaming, that's probably why.
Yeah, I think it's because you're streaming and recording at the same time. So.
Well, I'm not recording. You're recording.
We have the man, the myth, the mustache, Chris Strange, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, Greg? How's it going? What's up, Glenn?
Michelle says to
hey,
turn
how you
off
doing,
noise
Chris?
cancellation. I'm good, man. How are you?
See that? How about this now? Better?
That's better.
All right, I had to turn off echo cancellation.
That
How's
is
it
a
now?
cool ringtone.
We good?
Yeah.
Are we good? All right, cool.
Ghost 1978 wants to know if you put it in the wrong hole.
No, I'm always good at making sure it goes in the hole that I intended to go in,
Yeah. All right. Cool.
and
So,
it's never the wrong hole.
the thing with MB last night was actually unintentional, and I was literally in bed about to go to sleep. I was looking over some schematics for my airplane stuff, and
Wait a
I
minute,
was
you
like,
had an issue with MB last night? I thought you were
oh
talking about his interaction on Sarah's stream.
yeah, I was on Sarah's stream and pounded him into the dirt.
When? Because wasn't her stream about him? Like the whole thing was
Yeah.
her interviewing him?
Yeah, so I was literally in the chat, like, so I was in the chat, and I don't know what I said. I said something stupid, which is what I do. And I was like, send me the link. Can I get a link? What's a brother got to do to get a link? And because he was talking about, he's talking about how rich he was and his houses he owned and his mansions and all that kind of nonsense. Michelle, who is an expert, said, adjust mic to mouth, Glenn.
That I was wondering who is MB.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
Michelle, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Now you want my mic in my mouth?
No, the
That's kinda
distance from the mic from your
No
mouth.
mic fellatio.
The boom mic.
The mic was like far away. That's the funny thing.
Oh, that could have been it too. Could have been
Right here is like I'm holding it right now, right in front of my face.
Yeah, that's perfect. Sounds great.
All right, cool. I'll do it.
So
Like
do
that.
I was wondering who MB was, Grid, and then I realized you just gave Millionaire Bachelor a cute little nickname to fit his.
Which one?
It's a little acronym for Millionaire Bachelor.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Which
It's
acronym?
much MB, isn't that
MB,
Millionaire
yeah.
Bachelor?
Yeah. Well, somebody
Yeah.
was saying that in the thing. Well, and then so I was just kind of kidding, but the thing is that he kept talking about like houses that he owned and all that stuff. I'm like, no, you don't own houses. And one of the things is that Andrew called him out and said, you can't go. Or no, he's like, I have a guy that lives in your area that could drive by and just take some pictures and verify that your house, that you have actually joined all of these properties together. And now it's a super large house. And because the guy claims he owns basically the whole block.
But
And I'm like,
Grid, one thing though is, didn't he take out all those signs, which was like a buttload of money? Not to give
he
credit
said
to
he
him.
did. He said he did, but the one video looks hella Photoshop, bro.
Okay.
Now I am not a video guy enough to say whether or not it's actual fake. Maybe
Let's just say this. I have all right. Do you remember, Chris, remember watching any of the Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Do you remember like the hologram advertisements in Blade Runner or in Fifth Element?
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that. So like very similarly, because like it looked like somebody it could have been a billboard, or it could have been like someone did a Photoshop of a video over a billboard.
Yeah.
Like just cropped it out.
That's what
it looked like. It
to
looked
me.
like it could have been cropped.
Right. That's what
And
it looks like.
it's like an overlay. It looked like it could have been an overlay over the billboard.
It looks
That's
like something I
interesting.
do in Wondershare, which is my editing software. And
Yeah. I mean,
so
nowadays you wouldn't know for sure.
so but nobody else has seen them. Nobody else, look, there's got to be a Crucible member in Michigan. You say he took out like 30 of these that,
Yeah.
that would have driven by and like tracked them down and gone from one to the other and all that. What really, so I've been kind of annoyed with this guy from the beginning because he kept waving around this piece of 8 by 11 paper, copy paper, like it was the deed. And that's not what a deed looks like. Not in America anyway.
It would probably be a thick stack of forms, right?
Well, no, your deed is usually like a pretty official looking document, and it's it has a even if it is just an 8.5 11 sheet of laser printed paper or whatever, it will have the seal embossed into it, right? Because then it's
Yeah.
not a fake. It wasn't run off on a printer.
Yeah.
And so I was
It would be similarly to like a car license, right? I know here we
sure,
get our
yeah,
car discs and stuff that we have to cut out of the official paper and everything.
similar to that, right? So you've seen a paper embosser, right? Where it's like a pair of pliers with a die on one side and a pad on the other, and when you squeeze it, it embosses the image into the paper. So it's a raised, imprint in the paper, like a stamp, like a metal stamp, except in paper. So so
So
anyway,
great. I
yeah,
kind of want to know, did Millionaire Bachelor come back on after Andrew like kind of chased him off?
he did. So I came up. So Sarah let me up. The second I hit the screen, MB bailed. And I
Grid
was like,
was this last night on Sarah's channel.
it was. And I
Okay.
was like, what the actual fuck? I literally got out of bed to come up and talk to this guy. And then, so I'm talking to Sarah and I'm making fun of him because now I'm like, fuck, I got out of bed to come do this shit. And then he came in.
Grid, he made you put on your makeup and he didn't even buy you dinner. What a
I
fucking
know, right?
bitch.
I had to
Yeah.
throw my sweatpants on. I had my ball swinging loose, and it's the way it is. I was like, I mean, if I have to go through the effort, man, I need something. And
I mean, that's normal day for me. Ball
I
swinging
know,
loose,
right?
like why would you contain them? Free the
Right,
boys.
yeah. Free them. They got to swing around. So
A bit of fresh air.
fresh air. That's right. Bit of fresh air. So I get out here. I fire the studio up. I sit down. And literally, as soon as I join, he bails. I'm like, what a. Now, he might have said 2 words. I don't know. He bailed. So Sarah and I talk, and he comes back in because I'm talking to one of his boys. One of his minions were there. So I was calling the minion out. Now I know that the cardboard bachelor was actually watching Sarah's stream, and I know that his minion was a plant, so that he was just simply relaying things that Bachelor was saying. This is literally the most amateurish thing. I mean, come on, guys. What am I, like,
Grid, you need to
4?
talk to your boy Imperious because he apparently is friends with him and likes him a lot.
Who, MB?
No,
Oh, yeah.
Imperious.
Oh, Imperious is MB's friend?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. Imperious
I'm
literally
telling
will
you.
destroy that guy.
Dude, I'm telling you.
They
I was
can't
on panel with
they're
him and he
probably
said he likes
in the
him. They
same
chat.
They can't be in the same room because Imperious will literally destroy that guy. So I go after his minion, and finally, after I throw this guy so far under the bus, he's looking up at the back tires. Finally, MB comes back on, and we get into it. And Sarah puts us up face to face, and I'm like, "You're a liar. Prove it." And he is spurging so hard that nobody can understand a word he's saying.
Just babbling.
It was beautiful. It's beautiful. It's work of art.
Great, you made him glitch out. That's why he ran away. He was scared of you.
I don't have the footage. If somebody pulls up the footage.
Ghost just sent me a timestamp. Ghost just sent me a timestamp to watch later. I'm about to watch it.
Oh, dude.
That's pretty funny.
Greg got him buffering, bro. That's beautiful.
And then he rage quit. He rage quit like 3 times. I'm a multi-rage quit champion, bro. He quit. He came back. He got smacked around some more. He quit. He came back. He got smacked around some more. I felt like I was in an abusive relationship with the girl from Alabama. You know?
Did you feel like Ben Thorpe?
I did.
Sounds like Sarah had some very entertaining domestic rooms on her channel last night.
Holy shit!
You channeled your inner Ben Thorpe. I see.
Greg just smacking his wife around on Sarah's channel.
It's only funny because we all know it's true. It's only funny because where's Grace Thorpe? Bring me the head of Grace Thorpe. Oh shit! All right. Oh, woohoo, baby.
Yeah, I'm good. I got the good punchlines. Okay, I got the good punchlines.
That's awesome, man. Smacked around like Ben Thorpe. That was awesome. So, yes, so the thing is he's like, and I just started calling him my bitch. I'm like, he called me a bitch or something. I'm like, no, you're my bitch. You're literally my bitch. You do whatever I say do. And I called him my bitch for the rest of the night. And he was like, I'm going to come get you. I'm going to end you. And I'm like, I do that. I'm south of Nashville. I'll pick you up at the airport. If you can't afford the ticket, I'll send you bus fare.
Damn, you even offered to cover his travel costs?
Offered to cover his bus fare. And oh, no, you got to see my closing comment was, let me know if you need that bus fare. And I clicked out. It was great, man.
That's good.
It was one of the best times I've had online, like, in a while. It was awesome. The best part of it was he wouldn't stop. And he's like, the reason that I had to pay cash, I was like, nobody pays $900,000 cash for a house if they.
That's stupid. That doesn't even make sense. With you guys' credit structure, why the fuck would you do that if you know how money works?
He's like, you don't understand. A conventional loan was limited to $500,000 in Philadelphia. And I'm like, no, it wasn't.
Whatever, bro. He knows money.
Well, I looked it up and it wasn't. It was like 1.1 million, but you could finance more, but that was like their standard conventional loan for the standard interest rate and everything. I'm like, no, you're wrong. I said, the reason the problem was most likely is because it was a multi-unit. He would have had to have gotten a commercial loan, and I just kept telling him, I'm sorry you got bad credit, bro. I can't help your bad credit. So,
well, I mean, if he bought all 3 properties and did what he said he did, like gut them out and made them one big unit, it still would have been a commercial loan because it's 3 properties.
Well, he says he owns all 3 properties, but the only but it's, first of all, it's his name and somebody else's name on the deed. So he didn't buy them. If
he owns that many properties, why would his credit be screwed up?
Well, we don't know. But there's no. He's like, first of all, buying a house $900,000 in cash is not that big a deal, to be honest with you. it just, especially for somebody living up in that area, people save money all the time because they don't want to pay the interest rates, or they're scared. There are people
Yeah, I mean,
that,
who wouldn't want to buy a house cash if you didn't
right,
have to? If you had the cash, why wouldn't you just
yeah,
buy it
yeah.
cash?
He's like,
Why
well,
would
that
you
proves
pay
I'm a
for a loan?
millionaire, and I'm like, no, it proves you have bad credit. If you couldn't get the loan, it proves you
Yeah.
have. And so
I mean, even I know that, and I don't even own property here, and I'm not in the States, and I understand that.
yeah.
Like, how the
So
fuck does he not
there was
understand it?
just nothing he was saying about real estate that was real. He regurgitate when one of the guys he's a red pillar, I'm sure, or he's either a red pillar or a semi-orthodox guy. He was asking about um, how to make money. How would Millionaire Bachelor suggest that he, as a young man, make a fortune? And literally, I kid you not, Glenn, when you watch it, you might fall out of your chair laughing, which would be very dangerous for you in your condition. But so please have your hand on dial the 911 and be ready to press send.
I'll have
Because
my life alert brace, my
there you
necklace
go.
ready to
Yeah,
go.
get your life
My
alert
life alert.
bracelet out,
What
because
was his
this
solution?
guy. So when he's asked how to make the money, I kid you not, he simply regurgitates the BRRR framework that every red pill podcast spews, word for word. It was like listening to Myron Gaines.
What, what,
Oh,
what's that?
BRR is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat.
Yeah, but how would you, okay, but how would you buy? That sounds like he's skipping the fucking intro step to the whole process. Because if you're buying property, right, you first would need money. So how's that a prescriptive? Isn't the problem you
The
trying to make
idea is
money?
that you
Well, what
get.
he's starting off at the, like, if you're buying a property, like that you're already, like, you're not gonna live in,
Yeah.
that you're just gonna flip.
Or even if you are going to live in it, right? Glenn, did you just mute yourself?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm muting myself just so, like, if there's any background noise you guys don't hear.
I got you. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt Glenn here, but just the way he said it is exactly the way that they talk about it in Robert Kiyosaki's book. It's exactly the way that all of these guys talk about how to make money. It's very generic. It's not particularly good, but as the
It's
best way I
pretty
can say it,
shady. It's pretty shady.
well, it's just really, it can be done, but they make it sound like that it's so simple to do it. It's no big deal. Anybody can do it. But the reality is, man, you got to watch every penny, and you got to make some really good decisions. You make bad decisions, you go broke.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
basically,
there's
like
better ways, especially with you guys in the States. I feel like there's much better
yeah.
ways to do it.
So if you're, let's just say, Chris, that you came over here and you had like 15 grand US, and you came over here and you're going to move over here, right? And so what you would do is that it'd be hard for you because there goes my camera. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It has to do with my glasses.
Because you're on autofocus and you like to move around a lot, remember?
I do move around a lot. Yeah, that's why it has to be on autofocus, because I move around. But it's been, I jacked up some setting the other day, and it's just been worse and worse. So I'm actually going to go back to my fixed focus cine lenses as soon as I get the lens I had won't work anymore because it's a 16 millimeter and I need a 30.
So,
30
so
is way to
1500
go.
Give me one
and
second.
then US.
You guys talk.
Actually, I have a 50 millimeter. I haven't even tried yet.
But Grit, I think
Still in the case.
I understand what you're saying, but that's the thing that I think most people don't understand about the process, because I've ran through it, right? So I don't know if me and Glenn spoke about it, but I'm screwed with movies, even though I'm really good at what I do, and there's not a lot of people that do what I do. I would still have to be in the union to work on a bigger movie. So if I came there with no money, firstly, the issue is I basically have to sell everything to come to the States because
Sure.
that's why I don't even understand how most Americans think about immigration from somebody that's actually a foreigner. If I
Sure.
have to go there legally, the amount of bullshit I need to go through, the amount of money I need just in my account so they don't
Hmm.
think I'm gonna stay there is insane. I have to
Yeah.
basically sell everything. But when I'm there, I can basically walk into any workshop. I would immediately probably go do a trade in a workshop if I was
Yeah.
able to get
W-
there.
We could we
If
could
I
talk about you know
Oh,
how
I
you
could
could
get
come
you
over
on
to
a
work.
film.
Yeah, yeah, we could
I
talk
get you
about
on
that
a
in a
film
minute.
right now because I just got casted for upcoming sci-fi film that they're going to be doing a bunch of like prosthetics and stuff on. Um, I
So
just got the script the other day. It's dope ass script.
so
nice, man. But the
before we
problem is
before we run away
I
too
need to go
far,
through the whole process to work there. That somebody's
yeah,
got to verify you and give you
yeah,
work and all of this. Otherwise, I can't come and work there. There's a whole
But it's
lot to it.
non-union. The
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
project
but
I'm on
non-union,
is
brother.
non-union.
still,
So
you need somebody to give you a work contract. I can't just come.
yeah, yeah,
I can come on a
he needs a
visitor's
J, he
visa,
needs
but
like a
then I
J1
can't
or
work.
J3 visa.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
But
that's the
he can,
whole
but
thing. And
that's
you
not as big a
basically
deal as you
need
think.
you need an American person with a business to basically take responsibility for you, so that if I do anything, it's gonna bounce back on them. But they basically take responsibility, say we need this person because they're skilled, and then I get a work contract, and then I believe I can come for more than 6 months. But otherwise, I can get a visitor's visa for a couple of months. I'm not allowed to work, so it all depends on those parameters.
Yeah. So let me
Yeah,
just before
yeah.
we navigate too far away from the
Your
financing of it.
point.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so the way the BRRR works is you get about whatever you need done for your or whatever money you need. So let's say that you did come over, Chris, and you had an extra like um you wanted to buy a house and you had like 10 grand and you found a house that was like $200,000 and you can put 3% down and then you go and you work on it, you fix it, and when you're after you fix it, it's worth, so you buy it, it appraises like 215. You fix it, you get a renter in there, you get some money, you get some income running through it, and you get it reappraised after 6 months or 8 months or whatever it is, and now it appraises for 275,000. So
yeah,
you can then, and let's say that you have that gives you $30,000 in equity. So you can
yeah,
do a cash out refinance based on the new appraisal, get that 30 grand out and go use that money to put $15,000 down on two more houses and repeat. And as long as you can keep them rented and the income flowing and you don't run out of cash income to pay for everything, you can cover your overhead. It's a great way to buy a bunch of houses really quickly if
it
if you
sounds
have a
too
lending
risky.
company that's going to support that and work with you. So
The thing is though, okay, so you said the extra money, does that mean I already have a job or not? So this is like an extra income and you have a job.
or you don't have a job and it is your
Okay.
income.
Okay, so immediately then I would say I wouldn't put money in a house. I would put money in like these smaller businesses that generate good
Sure.
income. So either
Well, this is why
vending
this is
machines.
why his advice is so bad.
Yeah, I would
His
do
advice
vending
is so bad
machines,
because
a
you're
car
leveraged
wash,
so hard.
or a laundromat in one of your like bad communities. I do a laundromat, car wash, or vending machines.
Sure.
You start your way up there and start a base so that that generates its own money, and I don't have to worry about any of this loan bullshit. And you do custom carpentry work over the weekend. Easy.
I mean,
That's what I would do if I was
there's a
outside.
lot of ways to work your way through, but there's in America especially, there is a massive number of people who do not want to work.
Yeah.
And so
Well, that's the
people get
problem.
caught up
That's
into
the
this,
problem.
and and you can for sure use leverage.
But
And
if you're refurbishing homes, you got to work on them, right? Or who's
well,
refurbishing?
I mean, in the initially, the idea is that initially you have to do some work and improve it, or you buy houses that are already done and don't need any work, and you're just counting on the market to improve. Now, this was very true up until and you could really do it back between about 2015 to about 2021,
So just sit on them,
22.
basically. Yeah, so you
So
just sit on them. You don't really refurbish.
yeah, no, well, you can, but this was when you could buy a house. You could buy a $400,000 house, and within 6 months, that house will be worth 525. And so you
Mm.
could you put money down on it, you bring some money out of it, and you
And then
go
you
buy another house,
refinance when
repeat and repeat, and as long as it's going up, you're cool. But when it
yeah,
drops, you
you're
lose that
screwed.
equity, you lose that leverage. And so
Yeah.
this is why what Millionaire Bachelor last night, or MB as I say, um, that's why I went after him so hardcore, because first of all, that's just stupid advice, and second, I just didn't. I don't like stupid people doing telling young people how to do things like that, and being serious about it. Like he was, and you could tell he had never actually done it. I don't believe that he's ever even held a mortgage contract in his hands. And if he has, he didn't understand it. He had them telling him where to sign his name. And this is something that was really offensive to me last night for some reason, and I just wanted to have fun with him, and I did. It was really
That's awesome.
hilarious.
That's awesome, Grid.
It was very fun. You got to watch it. And
No,
I mean,
don't worry. I'll definitely be watching. Yeah.
Sarah messaged me this morning on Discord and was like, her mom thought it was hilarious. Like everybody was rolling last night as I was
Yeah.
beating up on this poor guy
Grid,
The
I'm
only
gonna,
thing I'm upset about.
because
Oh,
you weren't
sorry.
there.
Go ahead, Chris.
oh no, I just wanted to say, no, I had a bit of a rough week, Grid. On my second live stream, the cat knocked over a whole cup of coffee on my laptop. So I'm midstream shaking coffee off my laptop. So my whole laptop's screwed. So I've just been a little bit disabled in the tech department this week. But
That's
I'll get
terrible,
back
man.
to everything over the weekend now.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Poor cat. Poor
No,
cat.
not poor cat, poor laptop. I still believe it was a communist plot put forth by Americans trying to mess with young South Africans to disable their internet capabilities and prevent them from entering the YouTube space. And I have confirmation to confirm this from cryptocurrency payments made to my cat.
That's awesome. John Mosman Productions.
Always
Good
blame the
evening, sir.
pussy.
Exactly.
Good,
See, Glenn
good
knows.
evening, John Mosman. Good to see you. Good to see you. Imperious, have you made it back in? I saw that he
Greg,
got timed out.
when he comes on, ask him. I'm telling you, that's his homie right there.
Yeah.
MB.
Yeah.
I promise.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to come up.
You know,
But
the
he
thing
got
that
timed out for
upset me the most,
1.8K seconds.
the thing that upset
That's not
the thing that
nice.
upset me the most about Millionaire Bachelor, what he did, what upset me was that he got my name wrong. He said he liked Glenn Lewis, and I'm like, who the fuck is Glenn Lewis?
You?
And Sarah had to remind me, you mean Glenn Lawrence? You mean, I was like, who the fuck? Nah, come
Huey
on.
Lewis and the
I
boys,
love the
Glenn.
fact that you're having mic problems right now, because it adds to the story. Glenn.
Oh, is the mic really fucked up right now again?
Yeah, it was cutting out while you were saying that, and it just made the story that much better. It was great. Imperious is timed out for
character.
1,800 seconds. That's mean, man.
What did Imperious say now?
He said hello. The Raging Patriot just kicked him right in the nuts. Oh, it's terrible. That's
Dude,
terrible.
his essence gets
Oh
tied
man.
up.
So like a couple days ago, there was a bunch of drama that happened with him on my channel. That might be why.
Really? What did he do this time?
Oh, he got into it with Jess, and then
That's why.
she got upset, and then yeah, people didn't like it. He said some very colorful things that I wasn't
No,
aware
not
of. I
him.
stepped away, and someone sent me the clip of what he said, and I brought it to his attention. I'm like, yo, this is inappropriate. And I said, like, I told him that he owed her an apology.
Damn.
But yeah,
Right.
after that, I haven't seen him around.
Why's everybody mean to Jess? Jess is awesome.
Well, it's very interesting because she acted really hurt the other day, and I didn't understand why. So I still don't actually understand why. So
Jess has fluctuations. Sometimes she's got like thick skin, and sometimes she's a little bit sensitive. It just fluctuates.
yeah, I think you're right about that. So I'm gonna
It's
go
an
ahead
advantage
and
men
share.
have.
Jess has a lot of things going on. Jess has a lot
Yeah.
of like home stuff going on that she's working through. So
I know.
I would just say give.
Where'd he go?
We lost
Oh,
Ben.
he's already back. He like
Oh,
dipped,
yeah, I'm right
and he's
here.
already back.
he was just dodging the question.
That was weird. I didn't go.
All right, so let's have some fun.
You don't listen. Maybe maybe that's why you don't have a man, because you don't listen.
Oh. So instead of just apologizing for saying something very terrible, you then seek to insult further.
Or tell the truth.
Fair. Okay.
Her acquaintances. My wife did work for the #1 investment bank in the world. He still does, technically. And so right now, that fund, we did a first round funding.
This is the boring
we
part.
just basically went around and said, hey, people,
I had to put my hat on
fund
because
together.
he had
Here's our
that
track record.
stupid hat on.
This is how much we've made. This is how much we've lost. This is where we fucked up. This is where we did good. These are things that people want to know when you're asking them for money. So we thought that our target for this year was $5 million. We've already raised $3 million. It's been about 6 weeks of funding. So we're almost. We will probably hit 10 million in funding this year. And we're going to buy 50 houses. That's our target, is to have 50 houses in the Columbus, Ohio area alone. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. I mean, we have 3 realtors working for us. They send us houses like every hour to look at. That's how real estate actually works. Now, by the way, I looked into MB's property over there. It's a townhouse. It's a nice townhouse. It's not bad. It's a townhouse. It's not a man. Oh, stop, sir. Stop. I don't have to let you talk. I'm not nice. I'm absolutely a rude motherfucker.
Did the lol cow run away?
He runs.
Did he run away
every
again?
time
I said
he
like
starts
one
getting
thing.
called out, and I think that's kind of. All right, let me read these super chats since we're on the topic of money.
I said like one thing, dude.
Dude, you're such a meanie, Greg.
Well,
Damn.
you said you weren't nice. You
I
said you
did
were
say I
not. You don't
wasn't
have to
nice.
be nice. That you're mean. That's
I
why he
did
ran
say
away.
that.
Maybe. I don't know.
I did say that. I was on. Look, why would I lie? I don't have to be nice to you. Sarah agreed to be nice to you, but I did not. That was great. It was really funny. And because he made a list of demands for Sarah to even come on Sarah's stream. And one of them was that she had to be nice. I was like, well, I don't have to be nice.
Comes with the big 10. Coward comes back. Coward grand so far. He did a circle. Roasted. Austin Martindale comes in with a big 10. Crybaby Bachelor. Laughing my fucking ass off. Thank you, Austin. Austin Graham comes in with the
This pisses me
big
off.
2. Temperance is the mark of a good man. Yes, I agree with that. That's what I was trying to kind of allude to, but it didn't. Oh, he's back. Steve Rochfort comes in with a big 5. Is he really lighting a cigar with a Bic? Wow.
That's
Don
wrong.
Juan coming in on
bitch ass
Millionaire
up.
Bachelor's side comes in with a big 2.
Oh, you're back.
Wilson said MB attacked his dead son. When?
He's
Liar.
back.
Wrongful
Here we
Rage
go.
coming in with a big 10. A sad masked man don't need nobody. This guy cries himself to sleep at night. And finally, John Villaquette comes in with a big 5. He demands respect, but he doesn't.
And notice
have
I'm not
to respect
clipping any of
anyone
this.
else.
I'm just
Well,
letting this
hypocrite.
run so you can
He's
see for
entertaining,
yourselves.
just
I'm
not in a good way.
not gonna.
Yes,
color
I
your
would go
opinion.
for the lolcow experience.
No
All
trick
right.
editing.
Oh, and these are kind
He's
of funny.
back.
Wrongful Rage coming with the big 5. Win for grid 1. Thank you. Michael Arnold coming with the big 10. Hey, Sarah, this is to help
I said
extend
one
your
sentence and he
fire,
ran.
your marble
Ran.
fireplace. Goat Nipples coming with the big 10. Man, MB is complete sham. All right, MB, speak your piece, my friend.
Yeah, so grade 1 comes in here talking shit. It's like
No, I talked truth,
Can I speak?
not shit. You,
Can I-
sir,
Can I
you,
speak?
sir,
You're a
you
bitch.
talk
You're a
shit.
bitch. Can I
Shut the
speak?
fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck up.
Nobody
Shut the
wants to
fuck
hear
up.
your
Shut the
nonsense,
fuck
sir.
up.
You are gonna rage quit again.
Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you.
I
to
don't
be
have to be nice,
polite.
Sarah. I
I'm
did not
going to
make an
ask
agreement.
you
Andrew
to
made an
go-
agreement. I did
Put me
not.
head to head with him.
At the very
Put me
least,
head to head with him.
hold on just a second. You can
I
cuss
want
each
'em.
other out all day long. Just one at a time, please. Thank you
Fucking
very
hater.
much.
It's a fucking
Hey,
hater.
order, man.
Hey, man,
Hold on.
hey, man, dude, don't worry. I will give you bus fare home, dude. Just calm down. Just calm down, bro. I will give you bus fare home.
Pardon me, gentlemen. Jeff, can you voice confirm for me?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Why am
There's
I-
another Jeff.
That's not Jeff. Jeff Bros. You're muted. Jeff Bros, can you voice confirm? 5, 4, 3. You just
When I do, because I was there, doxing happened, which, by the way, wasn't doxing. I want to be very clear that what actually happened is MB bragged about having painted these paintings. They were actually very famous paintings in that area. Lots of pictures taken of them.
I went too far.
And
The
so,
sculptures too.
yeah, the sculptures too. But the paintings are on the side of the building, and they were in many photographs on tourists and everything. They were very easy to track down. I was in the chat when that information was handed to Andrew. Andrew did not go look for it. First of all, so that's a lie. For MB to believe that, that's a lie.
Hold up. Okay, first things first, Indiana Jones. No, I'm joking.
Oh, I'm
First
sorry.
things
I'm
first
sorry.
is-
I'm sorry. Hold on. I wasn't done talking, sir.
MB, you gotta come back. Okay,
Shut
go for
the
it, go
fuck
for it.
up. I wasn't done talking. I'm sorry. So
Yo, bro, chill the
number
fuck
one
out, man.
Is
Fuck
you
you
can't
talking to,
come in
bro?
here and talk about things you don't know about when I do, because I was there. I was watching
You were
the
there.
whole
What'd
thing.
you see?
I was actually
You didn't
having
see
a
shit,
good
bro. What the fuck
time
you talking about,
and
bro?
laughing at this dumbass thinking that he was rich because he had a plastic chess set in his garden and his pool, which is a like puddle, it's fucking hilarious, honestly. So
Yo, he
here's
really
the-
is. He's a
we do
millionaire,
not
bro.
have the same hat, Moxie Whites. This
Bro, he's a
is real
millionaire.
Stetson.
First things first.
This is
I'm on his minion.
this is the real.
I'm his
deal.
associate. I'm his associate. He
No,
really
you're not.
is a
No,
millionaire,
you're not.
dude.
You're a fucking minion that's never
am his
even
millionaire,
met the
dude.
boy. You've
I am
never
a millionaire.
even met him.
Dude,
I am
he
real.
is
Do you see this?
really-
This is
You're
my
not
real
real.
fucking face.
Just
You're
because you show your
hiding
face
stuff
doesn't
right
mean
now.
shit, bro.
None of you
There's many
motherfuckers
people
are
on the
real.
fucking
Not
TV,
one of you. Why should
absolute
anybody
scum,
talk to
fucking
you,
fake
sir?
that show their
Sir,
face.
why are we
It doesn't
taking
mean
you seriously?
shit.
Do
It
you
doesn't
see
mean
all of
fuck
these nice
all,
people
dude.
hammed
Just 'cause
up?
I can show my
I
face
know
and
who
that
that
means I'm
guy
real.
is.
Doesn't
I know
mean
who that
shit, bro.
lady
What
is.
the fuck you
I
talking
know.
about, bro?
Well, I actually don't know that guy. I don't know where the fuck that guy came from. But I know those guys. You, sir, not even cammed up.
Why the fuck should I cam out, bro?
Why would you not? What do you have? What do you have to hide, sir?
Why? I don't want fame. I'm not doing this for attention, dude. I'm doing this
No,
because
you're doing it
Millionaire
because you believe in
really
an
is the
idiot
truth.
that has
Dude,
no
you're
proof.
clout chasing right now, bro.
Oh no,
You
bro,
want
I don't
attention.
need clout.
You want attention.
No, I do not. I don't
Yes,
need
you
attention.
do. Why else would you put your
I
face
was
on this shit?
literally asked to be here. You came.
Millionaire
You were
Bachelor
sitting
really
here
is
like a
truly
fucking
says-
minion that you are, sir.
I'm his associate.
No, you're a minion.
Not his minion, bro. I'm his
You're
associate.
a minion. You've never
I am
even
his
met the
associate.
man.
Dude,
You've
you
never
just attention,
even
you
met
just want
the man,
attention,
sir.
bro. You really
Sir?
want attention, bro.
Sir, yeah, I understand that you've got this weird hero worship going on, but you've never
Bro.
even met the man. You've never seen his face. He's never seen
Bro.
your face. You are literally the definition of a dumbass.
I'm not a dumbass, bro. Bro, you've
You are
seen
a
him in
dumbass.
his live streams, bro.
Say bro
In the
one more
same
time for me,
house,
can you?
In that
Can
same
you say bro one
mansion
more time?
for over a
Can
year.
you say bro one more time? Dude, I just got to hear you say bro one more time.
Why do you want me to say bro one more time?
Oh, good. You did.
Bro, why you
Shut
asking me
the fuck
weird
up,
questions,
dude.
man? Why you asking me
Because you're
weird
not
questions?
making.
Like, the fuck
All right,
is
all right,
wrong
hold
with
on,
you,
hold on.
bro?
All right, stop. Let me tone this down a little bit. Let me tone this down. Why do you think a fake person deserves any respect from anyone?
He's not fake. He's
He's
real.
absolutely fake, and I can
He tells
prove
the
it.
truth, bro.
You're a ball washing person.
Okay,
That
I'm getting
literally
insults
has
from an
never
incel.
met someone
What the fuck
and
are you
is
talking
only
about, bro?
believing the internet legend. You are literally, you only believe the internet legend. You have no proof that this person has $1 to his name.
Bro, you see.
So I got to stop here a minute because the thing is I was this close to saying the word that we cannot say.
That was good content, Brad. You caught yourself well.
I was like the control.
Yep.
All right, so let's so this minion he kind of prattles on for a minute, and then we get back into this, and I'm just kind of hanging out, and then I decide to change my hat because shit's getting. I'm gonna go with it. Millionaire badge.
Put all the hats on the bottom.
Android rules the world, bro.
Just whip
Android
out
rules the
your
world.
dicks and call it a measuring contest.
I don't need to measure mine. I know exactly
how.
how long it is.
Okay.
Pardon me for just.
This guy is weird, bro. What the fuck?
Pardon me for,
I don't give a
I'm
fuck
gonna
about that
say
shit,
it one
bro.
more time. Pardon me for just a moment while I read the super chat because they pay to be heard.
Absolutely.
Pursuit of Faith comes in with the big 50. He says, when you know that both Sir Dollar Store Bachelor and Dollar Store Bachelor work at Walmart, the word associate makes plenty of sense. All right, I need to drop someone because Millionaire Bachelor has returned. Old Joe, you were the last one on. I'm going to drop you for just a moment. I'm sure you'll be right back up.
Hey, there's nothing.
Sorry.
Hey, I just want to
There
disclaimer.
he is. There's the faker.
nothing wrong with people
I
working
need to
at
go-
Walmart.
There's the faker.
There's nothing
Hold
wrong
on.
with people working
There's
at
the
Walmart.
faker right there.
We don't disrespect
You liar.
I like hat on hat violence. Go ahead. Look at
It
the
is.
hats.
Well, I
The
can
hat
tell. Hold
hat
on. I got
violence.
you, bro. I got you. Hang on.
And
A cowboy.
The incel versus Chad. Let's go, Millionaire Bachelor. Cook this fool.
Hold on. I gotta turn. Hold on.
put all the hats on the
Wait,
bottom.
do I look like a boxer now?
Hold on.
Peaky Blinders. Oh, we got Tommy Shelby in the building, hey?
Gentlemen, pardon me for just a moment while I read this. The Trib one comes in with the big 5. If Andrew did bad, he did bad. But attacking others for Andrew's bad is so ignorant. Feels like a front. His mind needs work. And I can't agree with that more. I'm still waiting for my apology.
I'm waiting for proof.
Rocha, what did the Millionaire Bachelor actually help you achieve in your life? I really want to know.
I do too.
Bro, he
I like
told
that.
me
That young
he told me
man's
the
smart.
truth, man. He told me the truth.
He hasn't told you anything that's true, sir. Not one
Bro,
thing.
you act like you
He
know.
gave
what
Simon
we conversated
confidence.
about, bro.
Look how happy this guy sounds.
I'm gonna go with it.
I've always been
Millionaire
like this.
Bachelor.
This
Hold on,
man-
guys. Give me a
Dude,
second.
I
Give me
believe I'm a Catholic.
Give me a second with the man. Give me a second with the man. Give me a second with the man.
Can I go head to head with Grid 1? Take
Yeah, let's go, bro.
All right, let me read this one super chat, and then,
Yeah, go ahead,
gentlemen,
go
I'll
ahead.
give you the speed date from hell. Ticky Tack coming with Big 10. Grid is looking like an Irish mobster. Yes, you are, Grid. We love all of your little hats. All right, gentlemen.
I'm a man of many hats.
Yeah, go one up head to head with him.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Because I like exposing liars.
Hold on. Yeah. How much my house cost?
How much did your house cost, dude? When I look it up, it's like 900 grand, dude. Even today.
So who the fuck can buy that but a millionaire?
Anybody that can put up $50,000 down for a mortgage, dummy.
No, that's not how it works in Philadelphia.
That is exactly how it works everywhere. What are you, liar? What do you lie?
Let me explain.
Oh, stop, motherfucker. You're running. Stop running. Stop running your moneymaker. Stop swerging. No, we're not going anywhere until you answer the fucking question.
Okay, we're not
going anywhere until you answer the fucking question.
We're not going nowhere.
Shut the fuck up and answer the question.
Bitch, you shut the fuck up.
Answer the question.
No, let me get this out.
You are a dumbass. Answer the question.
You're a dumb bitch and you're a fucking hater. Let me get this out.
I'm not a hater at all. I love exposing fakers. I love exposing fakers. I love it. There's nothing more than there's nothing I like more than that.
You want to keep yelling or you want me to speak? Which one?
I want you to answer the question.
Okay, let me speak.
Answer the question.
Let me speak then. First of all, when I bought my house, the conventional loan limits in Philadelphia was $525,000. So if my house is worth,
well, you must have had crappy credit, then. I'm sorry to hear that for you.
Let me speak.
Sorry that you have crappy credit, sir.
The conventional loan limits in Philadelphia was $525,000. So if my house is not,
I have a real estate agent in the chat, sir.
Damn, you're not gonna let me get it out.
You just keep spurging, and you can't talk like a human being. So no, I don't want to hear anything more from you. You will now listen to me, sir. Sir, shut up and listen to common sense. Listen, shut up. Shut up. Hey, yo.
No, I gotta say what I'm gonna say. I gotta say what I'm gonna say.
Shut up and listen.
No.
You are not the man here, sir. You are the bitch. You are my bitch right now. You are my bitch right now. Yes, sir. Yes, you are, because you can't shut your fucking mouth.
That old bitch that's hating on a young motherfucker.
You cannot shut your mouth.
My house is worth.
Shut up. Your house is worthless, sir. I could buy you 4 times.
Loan limits in Philadelphia is $525,000.
I don't care, sir.
Loan limits in Philadelphia.
I don't care.
Loan limits in Philadelphia.
I don't care. I can't help it that you have bad credit, sir.
The conventional.
I can't help it. You have bad credit. You showed a fake deed, sir. You were called out on it, sir. You keep coping, sir. But you lied. You're a liar, and you got caught, and you're going to continue to get caught.
You're a hater.
I'm not a hater, sir.
Just shut the fuck up.
I've told you to shut up, and you keep talking.
Shut the fuck up.
I told you to shut up, and you keep talking.
I'm about to say what I'm going to say. If you can shut the fuck up. The conventional.
Okay. All right. You better make it quick.
No,
come on, bitch.
Don't fucking talk to me like that.
I will talk to you like that, sir, because that's how I talk to liars. That's how I talk to liars.
Good, you're.
I muted myself because my mic was picking up all of the stuff. What did you think about that, Chris?
That's fucking guy.
I'm sorry?
That's how you can't even I don't know. He's lying about what?
I'm sorry. You were a little garbled. What was that?
I said, yes, Greg, he can't even convince us he's a man. He's crying like a woman. I mean, how is he supposed to convince us he makes money? He can't even fucking roast. He can't even stand up for himself. Yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't even going that hard, man.
Nah, I feel like there's a lot of lies going on. I feel like I don't even know if he's got nuts between his legs. I don't know. He can't even verbally stand up for
He is
himself.
very
What's going
slender.
on?
He is very slender. He is very
Very
slender.
feminine. Just yelling.
There's a lot of yelling.
That was very enjoyable, Greg.
Glenn, you didn't crash laughing, did you? I feel bad showing this while Glenn's driving.
No, I was rather amused.
Yeah. Oh, we're not done. This is first salvo. It goes on. He rage quits again like 3 more times. He kept coming back for more. It was great.
You know, some people could be considered a glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
I
I think he's just dumb and he thinks like, no. If I go back this time, it's gonna be better, and then you just smash him
doubling
again.
down. Yeah.
He keeps convincing himself he's gonna have different outcomes. Isn't that like the definition of an idiot?
What was funny about it was when I turned it around and told him, no, sir, you're my bitch. That was great because I thought he was.
Well, you know what? Like, if you think about it, he's a great co-star.
Good. I got an email. I just realized I have mod duties to go to.
Oh, you got to roll?
Yeah. Gotta jump over to DK.
To where?
To Global Combat.
Oh, yeah. Go. Check out, man. Go have fun.
Mod duties.
Yeah, man. Go do it. Take care of it.
All right.
See you, buddy. Glenn and I'll finish this out. All right, Ghost, we're showing more. Who
the fuck you think you talking to?
A lying bitch.
Now shut the fuck up.
Because bitches lie, and you are lying.
Shut the fuck up so I can get this off.
You're lying, sir.
Let me speak.
No.
Let me fucking speak.
No, I don't let bitches speak when they're lying.
Let's meet up in Manhattan tomorrow. Let's meet up
tomorrow. I'm not in Manhattan. I'm in Nashville. Come to Nashville tomorrow. Come to Nashville tomorrow. I bet you don't have enough money for bus fare. When you need money for bus fare, bro, I will send you the money for bus fare.
Call me a bitch to my face.
I will, and I will send you the money for bus fare to get here.
Everything that I love, I'll be coming to fucking Manhattan tomorrow. I want to see.
I'm not in Manhattan. All right, $5 comes in. Definitely you're calling wrecking DGens, liars, panels. Hey, thanks for the big 5, man. Yeah, this was actually really fun because he just couldn't stop. He just couldn't stop. He couldn't have stopped if he wanted to. It was really great. Sir, I'm in Nashville.
Bitch.
I'm in Nashville, sir. Can you afford to get here?
Shut the fuck up. You talking on my shit.
Are you, sir? Sir?
Oh no,
sir?
No,
sir? Can you even understand English, sir?
Fuck out of here.
First of all, men don't hide their faces.
Out of here.
First of all, rich men do not have to hide their faces because we're in the paper. Third thing, sir, I have listened to you prattle.
He won't let me speak. Look, guys, he won't let me speak. Look, guys, he won't let me speak.
I've let you speak. You're lying.
Let me speak.
You're a liar, sir.
No. You can look all this shit up. The convention.
Come on down. Come on down to now. Poor Glenn getting kicked, getting knocked off. Like
this message is sponsored.
Says stop yelling. Answer the question, MB.
So Glenn, where you at on this, man? What do you think? No.
Can you hear me?
I can now. Yeah. You were gone there for
all
a
right. So personally, this is really bad.
It's not a good look for him, huh?
It's just not a good look.
It's not. Especially since, I had to tell him I'd have to, if he couldn't afford it, I'd send him bus fare.
I mean
I said that. I wasn't lying.
I don't understand why he's so upset.
because I called him out on it, and he can't just say, "Dude, you're wrong." Whatever.
I'd be like, just like, well, I don't give a fuck what you say, old man. I know what I have. You don't, so you can eat a dick.
Right. Yeah, he should say that. He should say that.
And
but
that would have been the end of it. That would have been the end of it.
Yeah.
But no, he had to
Mm-mm.
double down and cry about it. It's like, okay, well, you just made yourself look like you don't have what you say you have because you're defending it so damn much. Like, who the fuck is anybody on the internet? Who cares if I say that you might be a broke person living in Section 8? If you know it ain't true, then why the fuck do you care what I think?
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of the rich guy test, though, right? It's like, I have people all the time tell me I don't have shit. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Absolutely. I still shop at Walmart, bro.
All my rich friends that I know in Hollywood never come off as rich. You would never think they're rich. You think that you want to give them $5 so that they go get a cheeseburger at McDonald's.
Right. Right.
Like, I know producers that drive around in Honda CRVs from like the early 2000s. Like brakes squeaking, all nasty. They're producers. They own a huge, nice house.
Yeah. Yeah. Glenn's going through a bad area. All right, well, while Glenn gets sorted out, we'll just continue on. We have a brief intermission here with where Sarah reads some more super chats that come through, and we're
literally going to screenshot this.
I just sent it to Sarah. I mean, I'll prove it. Whatever. I mean,
There's no conventional loan limits.
Let me read it. It says for a one-unit home, single family, the limits in Pennsylvania range from a standard limit of $776,550 up to a high-cost limit of $1,149,825. Conforming loans also has a different loan limits based on the number of units in the home. Below are the 2024 conforming loan limits for 1 to 4 unit properties.
I didn't want to do the whole page.
Oh man,
you're an idiot.
Country. Thank you, and gentlemen.
Also, that's only for FHA loans. If you do go through a broker or through a conventional bank, they don't have a limit. So, sir, you do not know how real estate works. You're a liar. You have never bought a home on your own. I can tell you that right now because you don't know anything about the process. You know nothing about the process. Here's the thing. I do this all the time, and I can just hear when people are lying. What about you guys in the chat? What do you guys think about this? Poor Glenn dropped off again. What do you guys think about what you see? Because I know that not all of you guys saw this last night. What do you guys think about this? And should I keep going? Yeah, Stephen A. That's right. I mean, you can just hear the guy doesn't know anything about real estate. So, yeah, whatever. Well, we'll continue while we wait for Glenn to get back. Tactical scrub. Yeah. But 13, yeah, I know, man. This was great last night. It was awesome. Oh, it looks like Glenn may be back. There he is. Glenn.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
I check 1 2 1 2.
We got you, brother. What do you think about this that last little bit? I don't know how much of it you saw.
Oh, this is just not a good look. Like you, who sent the super chat?
Here or in there?
Or who sent that she was reading?
Which one? Oh, which one? There's a lot.
About the loans?
The one about the loan amounts? I put that in the back chat, in the private chat. So I, because I was like, it didn't sound right to me. So I'm like, well, let me just look. Because I just went to the FHA website for Philadelphia, and there it was. I mean, it wasn't even hard to find. And so it was, and it was for Philadelphia specifically, and it is on FHA in the Philadelphia area. There is a limit. There really is, but it's not what he said it was. And he had no fucking clue, man. He had none. And it just gets worse.
Could it have been the limit back when he bought it?
It could have been, but it's unlikely because it's been decreasing, not increasing, right? So when he bought, the limit was probably $1.5 million, right?
Okay.
For an FHA loan. And this was only for an FHA loan. A bank wouldn't care. Like if you went in and did just a standard mortgage down at your community bank, they wouldn't care. If you went through a mortgage broker who goes through mortgage companies all over the US, they don't care, right? And he probably could have even got a couple of points down. This is what told me when he said, no, man, I went through like 10 brokers. If he had said any of the things that you would expect someone to say, no problem. The problem is he's a fucking liar. Real estate. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, like, if somebody was smart, they would create someone like MB to be their adversary, and then pay them to be their adversary. That way, there's always this constant drama. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's entertaining.
It is entertaining. Well, this part of it's entertaining just because I just eventually there becomes a super chat war, which is kind of annoying, but I just can't.
All right, gentlemen. Let me finish these.
Loser.
Let me. He's our.
Take your mask off, bitch.
We love. Okay, gentlemen. I'm gonna play another
horse. I catch you, fat bitch.
Oh my goodness!
You ain't gonna do anything, bro.
What, you think so?
Okay.
I'm literally the most dangerous man in any room I enter.
Get the fuck out of here.
I knew I should have.
Get the fuck out of here. Come to Philly and say that shit, or go to.
I was betting on you getting white girl wasted tonight, Sarah. I promise you I was.
I only thought too. I didn't think this was gonna go this long. He said he only had 45 minutes. Okay, so I got two. One for him, one for open panel. It's 1:30 in the morning. I thought I'd be done by now. This is okay. This is okay, gentlemen.
The funny thing is this little boy over here that dresses like a geek is threatening me. Are you kidding?
All right, boys.
I'm not gonna say anything.
How much my house cost?
How much is your house? $900,000, bro.
Just suck a dick.
I don't care that you're poor. I'm sorry that you're poor. We can't do anything to help you, sir.
If my house is 900,
you're fucking poor.
I'm poor.
You're poor. You're the dollar store nothing.
Okay.
You're irrelevant.
Gentlemen.
You're fake.
How does that make
You're faker than that hat that's on your head. It's not even a Stetson.
I'm gonna do this. All right. I'm just gonna read these these people pay to talk. Okay. You guys have not. Well. Okay. Anyways, but John get him grid 1, laughing my fucking ass off. Steve Rochefort, grid 1 brings a M2 flamethrower to a pool in a fight. That's actually pretty funny. And then Pursuit of Faith. Thank you again for your kindness. Comes.
All right, Glenn. That was pretty good. Right?
Like I try to stay out of people's drama. Like I've talked to dude. I don't have a problem with them.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily believe anybody what they tell me, unless I could see it for myself. So, I mean, I don't care. I had a decent conversation with him. I told him he was wrong about saying anything about Rachel or bringing up people's family or whatever. And he even acknowledged that. And this whole beef started over him thinking that Andrew blew him off on a helicopter ride in Alaska to go hunting or something. That's where this all started from. If you go back and you track this whole beat this thing down, that's what Patrick said he was originally upset.
Yeah, that's why I knew he was a liar, though. Because I watched that whole line. I watched that whole deal, right? Like, and I I'm sorry, man. I mean to just jump in because you probably had a lot more to say, but so I watched that whole line where he's like, and I actually watched him and Andrew hash it out, where he's like, Andrew's afraid of him, and he was talking shit on everybody, and Andrew's like, dude, I'll go on a helicopter ride, but you wanted. It's like he was just really mad that Andrew didn't get back to him, and he felt slighted somehow that Andrew wasn't just jumping too. Which I don't know. Who cares? But what I'm
saying is like to go from that to where it is now, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, he keeps squashing it. He'll say that he'll be like, "Yeah, dude, we're cool. It's squashed. We're all good." And then he will literally turn right around, and in his head, he'll create this scenario where he's the victim of some nefarious Andrew or whoever nonsense, and then that now it's okay for him to come after whoever it is, right? It's just like him and Andrew squashed it that day where he's where Andrew was talking about where he was, the guy showed him his deed and all of that or whatever, which was just weird. And the guy's like, look at my house. Look, I've got this massive, this big chess set in my yard. Who but a millionaire could have that? Who but a millionaire could have this? Who could? And Andrew was kind of laughing at it. He was taking it as, the guy was like playing a part or something. And, everything was cool, right? Andrew's like, hey, yeah, we'll still go on the helicopter ride, whatever, we'll just have to fit it in, see whose schedules work. And, your email wasn't really clear. So we weren't really sure on our end what it was all about, blah, 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 all this stuff. Bachelor says, yeah, no, we're good, man. We're good. It's all good, Andrew. It's fine. And then, hey, Tomato, how are you? Hey, you should jump up on the panel. I'm missing 2 people tonight, so you should jump up. Somebody get that lady a link. And the thing is that I was there for that, and Bachelor said it was done.
Same here.
Everything was over. And the next thing that happened was that I was over on his stream, and I don't even know why I was over there. I think I just opened it at some point and just hadn't closed it. I mean, come on, I get lazy, man. And he was just throwing Andrew under the bus, and somebody had told him that he had a spy in Andrew's stream where Andrew was talking to the Crucible crew about how and I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy had actually had found the house, and Andrew's like, "Oh, really?" And the guy, shows it, and all he did was show they didn't actually show the front of the house or anything like that. They
just showed the mural.
Yeah, they showed the mural and the aerial view and the back looking over the back.
I was there.
Yeah. And at that point, I didn't see anything wrong with it, right? Like, it was fine. And
I ended up talking to MB about that because I was like, well, wait a minute. You were in your garden or whatever, backyard. You show the mural, right? You brag about painting it.
Yeah.
And all somebody has to do is take that image and search for it on Google Images, and it'll pop up. But so when you say you're in New York, right, and then when somebody captures that image and they see that the image is not in New York, but it's in Philly, now it makes people question whether or not you're being honest. So now they're diving down this rabbit hole to where, like, maybe he's not in New York. Let's see. Oh shit! This is the exact color brick. This is the exact image that it was on his building. Let's see where this doesn't make sense. He says he's one place, but this place is in a whole different city. Let's do a little bit deeper dive. And he kind of brought it upon himself just by doing that. And if anything, it's almost like he should be mad at himself, not anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know about the doxing or anything, because if he's talking about Andrew showing that picture,
right,
I don't consider that doxing.
Well, and Andrew never like put it out publicly. It was literally a stream on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That was taken down.
Yep.
Where he was talking to his chat, and the chat
Well,
found
let's talk about doxing, shall we? Can you guys hear me?
And so that was the but I watched him, Glenn, we kind of went a very long way around to get back to here. I watched MB convince himself that Andrew had stabbed him in the back, and now it was okay for him to go after Andrew. I watched him do that live on his talking to his people. Now he was kicking anybody from Andrew's stream out.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can now for sure. Earlier,
okay,
you were a little
good.
weird, but that was fine. And so I just don't. So that's one of my biggest problems with this cat is he will say, "No, we're all good." You know, all right, look, Glenn, you know how I operate in good faith. If I say we're even, you don't know me, I don't know you, I'm not angry with you anymore. That's the way it is. I expect the same back.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Like
exactly.
if you and I have a problem, anytime you and I've had a problem, or Josie and I've had a problem, because we have, Josie and I definitely have.
God knows we did.
We've had problems. Good.
Not you and I, Josie and I.
Yeah,
But
Grid
anytime
and
I've had a
I mean, that
problem
was
with
like on a
anybody-
regular basis, but it's like we just talk it out, you know?
Right. If once I say it's done, it's done. I don't mention it again. And so I have a real problem with the way MB is operating to start out with. I honestly don't care that people think like they have more money than they have. I could
Look,
give a shit.
I only have a problem with the fact that he forgot my name and Sarah had to mention my name and remind him.
I did.
That's offensive. That's highly offensive.
I mean, you are a star of stage and screen. You are legit star material. Welcome, Sarah and Josie, to the show. I'm sorry I was remiss in welcoming you guys. I was just continuing to run my mouth.
Okay, I don't need a warm welcome.
Yeah, well,
Grid, just before anything, do you think you could have you'd have a minute after your stream to come on my stream, because I want to cover the Hawk 2 coin.
We were all looking forward to doing that over here. We just were waiting on you.
Yeah, I gotta run to UPS, and I'm sure that you would rather me having the camera. I'd like to hop on my desktop.
Yeah.
And like cause like the bed that's behind me, that's actually a guest bedroom. My mom and my sister are coming over Sunday, so like I'm kind of cleaning stuff up right now. Well, you'll see it on stream anyways. So, but no, the problem I had with MB, like what triggered me is like he started calling you names, and I was like, I am not gonna tolerate this shit. And I'm like, yeah, he's gonna call me names, but it's like, no, you're not gonna start calling my guys a bunch of fucking names without me getting involved, and that's not how it works. Hell no.
It was just an interesting night last night. I thank you so much, Sarah. That was awesome. I had so much fun.
Crazy. Those
Hey, you gotta be able to
absolutely.
get yourself a freaking nice laptop with that. You know,
I
like
already got a
a
laptop.
not a laptop, but like a I don't know, whatever upgrades you want to get.
I don't need anything.
Well, put it into savings or something. I don't know.
What are you, my financial advisor now?
I don't know.
Josie's
Yes,
just
I am.
looking it up.
Sorry, for some reason I had in mind that you were saving money for a new PC, but maybe that was somebody else. I don't know.
No, no,
Sorry, I'm like
my
all over the place right now.
You're talking about me, Josie. Stop talking about me.
What?
I'm kidding. Yeah, no, that was a wild show. It was funny. I mean, I swear to you, I thought it was scripted the way I was watching it, just the way that Sarah, your character, the way that you played your character last night, like the interview where you're like, I must read these demands. And then, but why me? Why me? It was just like the character that you're playing was so fucking hilarious.
I don't take kindly. I definitely don't take kindly to people telling me what to do on my show. I've had people try to make demands for me. Oh, bye, Josie.
She'll be back.
Try to make demands on me before, and I'm just like, nah. But this one, I was like, oh, I'll have fun with this one. You know, this is just gonna be fun now. I mean, at the end of
I
it
kept
all,
on
it was
trying to get Andrew. I kept on trying to get Andrew, like give him the out to get off my show, so he could go over to your show early. I'm like, hey, I'm sure you may want to go somewhere else. Someone else is on, and I'm pretty sure they're talking about you.
no,
You know?
no, it was good. It was actually good timing because I was able to establish the relationship with Millionaire Bachelor. I mean, we had 2 hours before anybody. I think it was like 2.5 hours, I think, of conversation with them, and able to kind of like bring him into the conversation in a way where he feels comfortable enough to talk and comfortable enough to like open up and whatever. I would say I would say it's more of a ego grounding is what I would call it, like kind of grounding his ego down a little bit.
You're just validating him. You were validating him to the point where he felt comfortable enough to where he could say what
I
he
don't
wanted to
think
say.
I don't think I validated him at all. I think it was
No,
more
but not validating his complaint, but validating him as okay, I acknowledge you enough to give you this platform to speak. I'm validating that you have
oh,
something to
yeah,
say.
yeah. Yeah, it was a good grounding practice, right? Like a good grounding technique. But I think I think by the end of it, when we had the full panel, I think he got a lot more comfortable with that concept because I've never seen him go on panels. I'm not very familiar, but I've never seen him like jump up on panels the way we do. And I think he really enjoyed that part of it, and it became an element for him. He got more comfortable and was able to laugh along with everything. And instead of getting so upset at all of the roasts or the messages, the super chats, whatever, he was able to laugh along with them, and that started to make the difference for him in how he was reacting to the rest of the panel. And again, that's a ego grounding, right? Like I don't have to get mad at everything everything that everybody's saying. I don't have to get mad at all of the complaints or the mean messages or so on and so forth. Like I can just laugh at it and we move on. And I think once he realized like that's how we do it and realized everybody's roasting everybody, it's just that's all it is a roast fest. Like it wasn't just everybody's crapping on him. Now we're all just crapping on each other. And I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, like the only other panel I know that he jumped on, it was probably mine. I mean, that I can recall of. He hopped on there several weeks ago. I did challenge him to a rap battle in one of his chats. He's yet to got back to me yet.
I do find he is slow to respond. Because I
I
messaged
figured
him.
since he just dropped an album, he may want to hype up his album and have
Right.
a diss track.
I told him to go check out the vinyl community because he made a whole vinyl record out of that diss track. But I had messaged him back after the trash talk extravaganza. Like I messaged him on Discord saying, "Why don't you, come on over? We'll talk about it." And he only just got back to me, a few days ago. So, and that was it was like what, a couple weeks ago for the trash talk extravaganza. So
Yeah, he hits me up every once in a while on Twitter, and
Mhm.
like responses are not always like immediate.
Right.
So I just figured he is a millionaire, so millionaires are pretty busy. They got millions of things to do, and checking their social media is probably the least on their list.
Right. But I don't know. It was a fun experience. I just remember like I was gonna be nice overall, or initially until I got that list of demands like an hour or something before the show, and I was like, okay, well, if this is how we're gonna roll, then like the last thing I think anybody should want to do is to try to power move your host like that. I don't think that that's a very smart idea, especially if you don't have a whole lot of leverage. Um, but it
Oh, the
was
way that you played it was so perfect. Since you're
yeah.
the most interesting and important person on the internet. Oh man, like you leaned into it. It was hilarious. It was like, how can you be how could you be any more condescending than you were without being offensive?
Tell me you're being a bitch without telling me you're being a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, that exact thing.
Yeah.
That
That was
exact thing.
that
I
was
had a
fun.
really good time though. I mean, it was and what was funny is that I guess what was funny to me is that I was never really unhappy or angry with him. I just knew he was lying, and I was just
Mhm.
gonna ferret that out one way or the other. And
Yeah.
so
My mom, she called me today, and that was like almost the first thing that she was telling me. But that came out pretty quick, and she was like, "Grid One was roasting him." She was like, "I was," because she works nights, and she's like, "I was standing there at work, and one of my coworkers comes over because I was laughing so hard. He's like, 'What are you watching?' And she shows him like you sitting there yelling at him." And she's like, "Yeah, this is my daughter's show, and this is Grid One, and he's just roasting this guy."
it was funny. I didn't think I was yelling. I have a loud voice and I project a lot, right? So I
Mhm.
don't actually have to be mad to get that tone.
Mhm.
Um, I have dad voice.
Dad voice. I
Yeah.
love the dad voice.
Yeah.
I love it when a man can, like, be firm and assertive with his voice without actually raising it. Um, but yeah, it was I that was, like, a big win for you. I was dead. I'm actually I think I'm gonna put together, like, a highlight reel.
Oh, that'd
'Cause
be awesome.
Trippycast too was coming out with some one-liners, and I re-listened to it today, and I was dying laughing because like, the peanut butter with the dog and, like, all sorts of I was dying.
Oh, he cute. So I saw him in the chat, and then I was like, I wonder if he's going to cue off of me or if he's going to come in and just kind of be like random and ping ponging around. But he came in and he cued off of what I was, and there was another guy that was kind of coming after, and um, dude, it was great.
Mhm.
It wasn't intentionally teamwork, but it was teamwork. Give me
Yeah.
one second here. Um, Nick, I think I'm shadow banned, bro. I've been having this thing. It's been about past 2 weeks. People are not getting notifications. They're finding out they're unsubscribed. All I can do is tell you what YouTube told me. Unsubscribe, resubscribe. It resets the algorithm somehow. That's all I can tell you. You know, that's all I've been able to find out. I think I'm shadow banned. I think I've said something, done something, or had somebody on the show that YouTube doesn't like, which is exceedingly possible because I do a bunch of dumb stuff. Um, and so yeah, no notification doesn't surprise me at all. Just do the best you can, man. I don't know. Just I don't know what to tell you.
I always like to ramble. I turn off a lot of my notifications with exception of just a few. But if like I turn off notifications on purpose because like if I don't want to be bothered, I kept getting like 10,000 notifications, for like such and such is live, such and such uploaded. I was like, you know what, this is I want to be able to watch it when I want to watch it, and so now I just like scroll through my subscriptions on who's live, and that's how I determine what I'm doing and what I'm watching that night. But I keep my notifications off on purpose.
We have Imperious here, $2. Tell Boo Boo Kitty Fuck to come to bed. Wow.
Well, at least you made $2. You're now officially my pimp. He is sexualizing me with $2, and now that makes you officially my pimp. Congratulations, Grid One. How do you feel about that?
It's underwhelming, to be honest. Imperious, they tell me that you are a fan of a buddy, a fan, an old pal of Millionaire Bachelor, who I soundly trounced and beat about the ears last night. And sorry if that's one of your bros, but your bro's a liar, so I had to do that. I had to do it. Can't not do it.
That's so funny. So what was your favorite part about last night? Like, what was the best
It was all great.
part?
The parting shot had to have been great, where I was like, let me know if you need bus fare.
Oh yeah, good to come to Tennessee.
That was great. I'll meet you in Manhattan.
God.
I told him like 4 times, dude, I'm not in Manhattan this week. I'm in Nashville.
That was so good. You guys all had way too everybody. I think at the end of the day, everybody had a good time. And the fact that everybody could walk away peacefully was even more positive and more, I don't know, fun to the fact, But yeah, bus fare. You should name a video that bus fare.
Bus fare. That was great. I was like, I'll pick you up at the airport. If you can't afford the plane ride, I'll send you bus fare.
That's funny.
Nobody can say I'm not charitable.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, but it was so this, unlike like with Nev, which by the way, I thought Nev would have been great to be on the show last night.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
She would have tore him a whole new asshole. And then he would have been begging for the peanut butter at that point. Like, I just lube it up. Make it soft. Fix it.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where I thought Nev would have been perfect to be on there just because he was so feminine. He was screaming and yelling and rage quitting. He would storm out and he'd come back in. He'd storm it. I almost told him I didn't because I'd already beaten him enough. But I was like, man, my wife doesn't stomp around like this. My wife doesn't throw these kind of hissy
Oh my
fits.
God.
But I couldn't, I was like, well, Sarah, the thing is, and I know that you've noticed it because you've watched this and you're perceptive. I know people don't think you are, but I know that you are. And
nope, I'm really dumb, Grid. I'm really dumb. Don't let them think I'm smart.
Right. No, I didn't say you're smart. I said you're perceptive. That's just 2 different things. But I know that you've picked up on that. I will sit back and I'm just literally thinking about which button I need to push.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I guess wrong, but a lot of times I guess right. And I'm done with it. I got a TTS coming through. You won't be able to hear it because you're not on YouTube.
Mr. Boulay and the Department of Numismatics donated $10 super chat. Thanks to last night, I can't eat peanut butter anymore. Grid, play Chuck E. Cheese.
I'll read it now for our guest. $10 came in from Mr. Boulay and the Department of Numismatics. Thanks to last night, I can't eat peanut butter anymore. Grid, play Chuck E. Cheese. That's funny.
Everybody's been ruined of but peanut butter.
That
No more.
was pretty bad. So
or like Trippy said, your kids are ugly, and then he's like, oh wait, no, that's your dog.
that was great.
Trippy was I was listening to it on the way. I had to do some driving today, and I was listening to it on the way home, and I was just like, I kept bursting out laughing. I was like, "Why this is so stupid."
Yeah.
Oh goodness, no, it was fun though. It was
Yeah,
very fun. Well, I think my job last night was actually more to try to shield him because I know, like, the thing about
Oh,
him
he
is
wasn't ready.
he got too easy, and that's why I was like trying to keep you toned down. And when him and Andrew were going at it, keeping like Andrew wasn't getting lit, but I was trying to, because if you give Bachelor a break to reset, then you're like resetting the temper tantrum, so you're delaying it longer, right? Like if you notice that about him, if you give him a moment to reset, bring him back down, get him back to a calm conversation, he'll amplify it again every time, but you got to keep bringing him back down and reset. And he's, not a bad deal, like as long as you acknowledge it's there, but like trying to intervene on that every time when an entire panel is attacking him, I was like, a reset.
Nev was in the chat. Oh, that's too
Yeah, she was bouncing in and out, I think last night. But I had a conversation with her today, and she was laughing too. It was quite comical.
Imperious, I can't have you and Sarah on the same panel. I'm sorry. She was here first. Don't cry, please.
Go away, Imperious.
Michigan Christian Nev is Nev a liar. I just used to call liar, but that's okay. I have fun with it. And it's a trans woman. I have some problems with most of her viewpoints, but she's not a terrible human, which is about as good as you're going to get from me out of that. But but she's actually pretty. Nev's one of those that has the ability to just calm down 100% and just be a rock.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, Michigan Christian, exactly that. And so when other people are really raging, just sits there. And I don't know that I've seen Nev unhappy or upset. I'm pretty sure it's happened, and I know that her and the Furby don't get along.
Mm-hmm.
I had fun with the Furby earlier today. That was good.
The Furby, is I would.
The Furby's a sick person.
Well, if I could give a concept to it, like an analogy, the Furby is like a toy that everybody just plays with on each panel. She just kind of becomes everybody's either punching bag or play toy that gets tossed around like a hot potato.
Yeah,
that's the only time I've ever seen Neve get like super irritated, like to the point where she needs to leave, is with the Furby. And I think because the Furby is, I think she views the Furby as misrepresenting the trans community, in a way that Neve doesn't support. Yeah. And I think this is exactly like a big, not why we get along, but another piece of why Neve and I get along very well is because she agrees. That's a common grounding right there in terms of that whole community where we both stand. And I like that. But I think Neve is more of a left center left, however you would call it. So there you can find some common grounding with her on politics and societal norms and things like that. I think you'd have to dig for it. You'd have to find it, but I think you would find it.
Sarah, see, the thing is that I just don't care. I
I'm
have
not saying it's a task.
no,
I'm
no,
just
no, no, no.
saying you
Here's the
would.
thing. Here's the thing, and I think you understood or have understood this. Most of what I'm doing, if I'm on someone's panel, no matter what I might look like, that has nothing to do with what's actually going on. I'm very calculating, and I just don't care, right? Like I mean, it's not my problem that in my worldview, Nev's going to hell. Sorry, it's just the way it is.
Mhm.
But that's fine, you know. Do whatever you want, right? And so I don't get emotionally involved because it's none of it's one of those. It's not really my affair. Now we can talk about it, and I will take positions, and I will act appropriately for those positions. It's like today I was on CT's uh, show, and the Furby was there. Was it with the Furby thing? I was on there a lot today, in and out, but it may not have been the Furby. At any rate, one of the positions was that um, by this person's argument, it would be perfectly fine for what example did I use? It was something really bad, like really, like it would just gross you out, right? Like, I mean, in fact, that it was and I'm kind of sick of the trans arguments right now. I'm like
Mhm.
really like I've seen it, I've heard it. I'm just done. Just like I don't care. Um, so it was the argument, and it was, I think the Furby was, you know, by that logic, it's okay to do heinous things, and it's okay because why not?
Right.
And I illustrated a couple of them, and everybody's like, "Wow, your Google search must be really interesting," or something like that. I'm like, "Look, I just because I can take this position or use this example has nothing to do with my worldview, right?"
Mhm.
And so, and that is, I think, one of the things that a lot of people get wrong. And generically, I can argue both sides of the argument equally well. I really feel like that if you can't do that, you don't really know your argument because you don't
Yeah.
know your weak points, right?
Well, that's why, like, as a lawyer, if you're prepping for a day in court, for instance, the first thing you're not even going to make your argument first. You're first going to start by trying to make theirs for them, and then that's where you build your argument before you get
Yeah.
there.
And something I don't normally talk about because I'm old now, but when I was young, when I was in college, I was everything that I did was in preparation to become a lawyer, and
Mhm.
actually a very specific type of lawyer. And so I did debate club, I did mock trial, I did all of the things, and I like to argue. I will argue just because it's fun, and because I have no emotional attachment to it. So it drives my wife crazy. By the way, it's absolutely, she just doesn't like it at all.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, but the problem is that she's female and by nature confrontational. So just gotta argue, gotta fuss. So it's great. It's good fun for me. Good practice.
Practice. Poor
Um,
thing.
I am teasing a little bit, but not by much. And but yeah. So let's see what the argument. Who is the argument?
Huh?
Oh,
Oh,
this must
we're
be
talking about
Jack.
CT.
That's Jack. Yeah. So CT, CT had a great panel today. The Furby was on there. The Furby is absolutely delusional. Um, and actually, it wasn't the Furby. It was Moxie. Moxie Whites was on there. Wits, whatever, was
Mhm.
on there, and I, she's like, I have no problem with homosexuals. I have no problem with this. I have no problem with that. And I'm like, so so you're okay with this? And it was something really disgusting. And I'm like, and she's like,
and she almost, you just see her face like she's almost ready to vomit, and I'm like, that's what you're saying. You're thinking
Mhm.
these things. So I don't know, but
I look
just
at it as like I still look at people as people, right? We can't dehumanize a person entirely, right? We all shit our pants when we were babies, right? It doesn't mean that we're terrible. We all eventually learned how to use the restroom after that. But I look at, there's a person and then there's a person's actions. Now, what leads up to a person's actions could be, consequential of lifetime experiences, trauma, whatever, so on and so forth. A lot of different crazy backgrounds can go into that, and how they were raised, what they were taught, so on and so forth. It just continues. But then outside of that, it doesn't mean that they're any less of a person, for instance. I mean, we can still shame the action, but I don't think we should necessarily shame the person as a human, right? Shame the action, not that, like, just the same as you wouldn't say, I wouldn't say, Grid, you're stupid. I would say, Grid, that was a stupid comment, right? I think there is a difference.
semantics matters, and I'm
Yeah.
always up to semantics.
Mm-hmm. And and I still think there is a level of respect. I look at, for instance, because we were on the topic of like Neve and Furby and so on and so forth. I look at my interactions with them. How do they treat me? Are they respectful? Do we have a good working relationship? Friendship, whatever you want to call it. And I recognize that that's the human element of being able to be a people with a people. Doesn't mean I put my seal of approval on anything. It doesn't mean I think this is okay, that's bad, whatever. Like to me, I look at it as there's nothing that I can say or do right now that could change that dynamic, right? It's inactionable. There's nothing I can do about it. So I have two options. I can go with the idea that I like this person as a person. I enjoy interacting with this person, so on and so forth. Like, why would I lose a perfectly good friend over something that I can't even control? There's nothing I can do about it. Right. And, or I can just hate them all together and now lose the ability for, exploring completely different topics and avenues and conversations and all of these other things that I would be missing out on. Now, if it was being shoved down my throat, it'd be a different story, but that's not the case. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's I think that's not a terrible way to be. That's a very yeah, it's pretty typical for so I'm a little on the I'm a little on a different side than that,
Mhm.
I'm very pass fail, right?
Yeah.
One of my problems with the Furby, for example, is that I've never seen them have an argument in good faith. And for someone that's constantly trying to involve themselves in debates, if you do not act in good faith, if you don't come into that dynamic in good faith, at some point people are just not going to want to even talk to you because they know that
Mhm.
you're full of crap from the word go, right? Like even if your points are good, even if you're arguing, even if you've practiced a lot, if you enter it into it in good faith, or actually in bad faith, nobody's going to care. That's actually one of the reasons why, because I watch a lot of things. So initially, I thought Nev acted in bad faith. To be honest with you, I thought that the way that she conducted herself. Initially, I was like, eh, I don't know that I would ever have an interaction with her, right?
Which debate?
Oh, just watching some of the stuff that she did, right?
Oh.
And then I was like, but then I actually watched I forget which stream. It was one of the streams you put on
one of your Mod Mondays maybe or something like that, and on Flow State's panel. I was like, you know what? She's not actually that bad. I may not agree with the way the positions that she takes
Hmm.
or the way she takes them, but that's irrelevant. Honestly, it's not the. I honestly don't care about your position or even the way that you take that position. I care about your conduct while you're taking it. Right?
Hmm.
I mean, um, and so if you act in good faith, if you understand what the limits are, if you know, and that sort of thing, then that's a dynamic I think that anybody can work in, right? Myself included. And Nev passes that. If you let's just call it the sniff test on that, right? The the Furby does not pass that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Furby, this is lack of a better term. I have to keep a leash on Furby. Um, and I don't mean that as an insult. I just lack of a better way to say it. Like, she has to be uh, kind of contained when she gets on panels or her debates, and I have to make sure I keep her on track. I have to make sure I keep her from interrupting so much. That's a common theme. Something I think that she herself is working on. Like, I think everybody's growing, right? This part of YouTube that I've learned that people utilize this space for is for growth and development. And if you're not doing that, then you're not getting anywhere. But the great thing is you're interacting with people all over the world, and what a better platform to learn how to grow and do better and develop. Um, but yeah, I think Furby will inevitably change her interactions to be more of a positive interaction with people, to where it's not, as people would call it, insufferable, or so on and so forth. I will say people love to hate her, but I foresee, just based on my interactions with her, there will come a time where eventually, if you're not welcome on most panels, that's something you have to look inward on. And
You're very
Neve,
hopeful. I personally think the Furby is going to implode.
you never know. I just know I've had a lot of interactions with her, personally and publicly, and I feel like there's room to grow, and it's coming, or at least the attempt will be there. But I think that as we interact with more people, that's when we start to learn more internally about ourselves. Like, if everybody's acting this way towards me, or if anybody's acting that way toward me, and it's a mass amounts of people doing certain things towards you, you have to look inwards and say, why would everybody be acting this way towards me? And it's great that the internet kind of allows that ability without you even realizing that that's what it's giving
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and I don't have to like somebody, because in generally I don't, but I don't have to like somebody to admit or to recognize that, hey, they're a capable, honest debater, or
Mhm.
they're a capable, honest, they'll have good discussions with you back and forth without getting angry and picking up their toys and running away or whatever. That's just that kind of a. It's I don't have to like somebody. I don't have to like their position. I don't, because really, and I know that I've said this before, but I never really, I have just a weirdness about me that I just don't care. And
Mhm.
like, it's it's a gift. It's a curse. I like it. I just don't get angry about it. Like, it's whatever. But it's really good to be able to act angry, like when you're, or not angry, but when you act in a powerful way, like MB last night, right? Like, he was absolutely just crazed, I think. And I just sat there and was,
He did. He got hot. Here's how I look at it. None of these people are coming home and having dinner at my table.
right.
They're not coming into my home. They're not coming in my front door. They've never had a handshake with me. We don't have like a personal uh, home life interaction. So, there is an article of disassociation. Maybe that sounds psychologically bad to say, but in a sense, you have to have a degree of separation with the people of the internet,
Mhm.
only because you don't know them personally. They could you just don't know. There's no way aside from like a pass fail test of in terms of how they interact with other people, you
Mhm.
still just never know. But that's how I view it. If you haven't been to my house and sat at my dinner table and had, basically broke bread with me, and you haven't met my kids and so on and so forth, they're like, you can care, but you can't care enough. And you have to, that's why I don't like, this is why I have no problem with hosting people with completely different opinions from me that would be absolutely outrageous, including the Furby. The Furby's probably like on the complete far end of the spectrum of where I stand on my values, right? But I have no issue hosting her because why? She's not in my house. She's not around my children. She doesn't like come over and have a picnic. We're not going out for a ladies' night with drinks. Like, you don't know my dad, you don't know my brothers, like all of these things. So it's not hurting me to have disagreeing opinions. It's not hurting me to be completely off the wall, and you don't affect my life, by way of like my personal life. Terror, man. I've had this conversation with Andrew. You can go watch that.
Yeah, no, that's a very good way to look at it. I'm in that kind of the same realm, right? Like, even when I, and this probably comes from, owning businesses and having employees and being able to work with those people through the day, even though I never, they didn't come over for Christmas dinner. Those
Mhm.
we had a party at the office, which I was sometimes at, but usually not.
Mhm.
And that was it. Like, I don't know that. I mean, most of the time you would call it compartmentalization, right?
Mhm.
You would say that these people are this and these people are that and these people are this and this is the access each one gets, and that there's some truth to that. Um, from my point of view, I just find it really hard to muster up the ability to just care about it, right?
Mhm.
Or get angry about it, or like get really super happy about. Now I like to laugh, and the nice thing about the nice thing is that all of this provides a massive amount of entertainment for me,
Mhm.
and that's all that matters to me, right? Like, I'm not getting anything else out of it, right?
Right.
So, but that's funny. Um, it's not a speed date, Ghost. We just
Ooh.
lost everybody else. Glenn's internet, I think he's in a canyon or something. I don't know where he went. And Josie said she'd be back in a few minutes, and that was, that Josie's few minutes are long
Relativity.
minutes. They're extra long minutes.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I prefer the disassociation. Because when I do, like, I'd say I compartmentalized it originally, and I just kept people in like boxes, right?
Mhm.
Um, but the more people started doing crappy things, the more I realized I can't give any type of capacity of care. I can care about them as a human, right? And
Mhm.
like knowing that my morals and values will stand in the factor of like that's a human on the other side of the screen, so I still have to respect that. But in
Mhm.
terms of giving a crap, or like really caring about their feelings or things like no, because I've learned that nobody gives a crap about yours. You'll be the first one to be thrown under the bus. You'll be the first one to be thrown in the garbage. You'll be the first one that they'll do this, do that, whatever, and they won't even think twice. And I've learned this 1,000 times already. And so now I just disassociate because I got tired of like kind of getting my feelings hurt. And so I'm just like, we just tear the feelings part right out of this, throw that in the garbage. Now nobody has my feelings, and
Right.
I seem cold and terrible for doing that. But I'd rather be known as the cold, hard, calculated bitch, instead of being the person that just keeps getting tossed around like garbage, or at least feeling like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Disassociation works like a charm.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, it's just the internet, folks. I mean,
Mhm.
everybody has the first day on the internet.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. Imperious, I'm not putting you up here with Sarah. I'm not going to do that to Sarah. But you have been mostly polite when you've been on my show, but I don't know much you've had to drink. I don't know.
He would
Let's just
Cat wouldn't let him up either.
Yeah.
She's like, "Not tonight."
Yeah.
Poor
Cat's
Imperious.
doing a lot better. I'm glad that Cat. I hope she finally got monetized. So
Oh, is she monetized now?
I think so. I don't know. I've been trying to. I've been sending people over there. She's been on the show. She was my co-host for a while, and
Mhm.
then just her schedule wasn't really allowing the show the way that I do it. And then I think her husband wanted to be a part of it. So
Oh.
I'm not gonna insert myself in that.
No, that's
I
I
know
think
better
that's
than that.
respectable.
I
Right.
know better than that. Peace of mind, But
Oh, Cold Truth, Mel, hello.
hey, I
I
have
haven't
not seen
seen
Cold
her
Truth in a long time.
forever.
Now, Cold Truth has to get a link and come up.
I can send her the link if you want me to.
Yeah, send her the link. She has to come up. She has not been up in a long time. And
Let me see.
I have she's just not been on in a long time. So
Copy. Let me text it to her and she can email it to herself or do whatever she needs to do.
whatever she needs to do, yeah.
Yeah. You can or just come up in avatar, I guess, on your phone. That works too. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, God, well, I know her father, I believe, was in the hospital.
Yeah.
This was a couple months ago.
I do remember that, yeah.
And I guess I'll email it to you. Fine, make me do. You can email it to yourself. It's just copy paste. Copy paste.
Extra work.
Cold Truth. Paste. All right. There you go. I emailed it.
So I mean, it's just interesting to me the way that the characters come in and out
Mhm.
of this sphere,
There's waves.
Yeah.
If you notice, there's waves. People kind of like shift around in waves and in groups. And I do like that. And that's kind of a piece of why I went to multiple communities, because when one wave is moving away from me, another one's coming in. Right. And then as that wave moves around, the second one moves around, and then here comes the third one coming in. So, like, if you're working different communities, you'll catch their waves as they're moving and shifting. Um, and I think it's, to me, it's more of a, like, I don't want to be just in a small little niche of a community, necessarily like of a community, but I like, we get the tech people, we get the, like the gamers. And I mean, I don't know, there's just waves, and it's beautiful how it operates.
Mhm.
And I think that, it's a good way to keep from being stuck necessarily. Like, for instance, I know if Andrew's live, I know my viewership will likely be down, because a lot of my people are his
Yeah.
people now.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
I know the same thing.
Yeah, but that's also where, like, the VC community comes into play, and, being able to rally them up, because they will fill that gap. And then, the panel verse of the, like, anybody that doesn't like Andrew, I know I can pull them in, You know, so it's a big roundabout of waves.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, truther.
Yeah, it's
What's
been
up?
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's been interesting. How are
While
you, Nick?
he's here, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm a little tired today. You know, just kind of. I've been online a lot. I feel like so.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm tired too. Just kind of relaxing here.
Yeah.
Got like too many things going on, but it's that time of season, so you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Did you catch the? Did you catch any of last night's festivities? Were
Oh
you?
yeah, I was working, but I was watching. I was watching ever since like Glenn started streaming, and it just pretty much went to like 9:30 my time. So I
Mm, okay.
think it was like, yeah, it was a good 8 hours of content yesterday between Glenn, Sarah, and Andrew. So
Yep.
what did you think? What did you think? Did you watch the whole thing?
The whole debate with Andrew.
Yeah, and the stuff after.
Um, I don't think I watched all of it. I'm trying to run back through. I watched a lot of it. I'm trying to think how much I did watch. And then I got that guy got basically defeated, right? And then and then I tuned out because it was just a bunch of random people coming on.
Right.
And I just tuned out. I went out in my shop and worked and did some other stuff. And then I came back and Andrew was still on. I was like, holy crap, how is he still on?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Because
he ran. I think he ran about 2-3 hours longer than he probably wanted to.
well,
So that was
so
pretty
they were
good of him.
like, I watched the polygamy nonsense, and I was like, man, none of the arguments were good, right? And like none of them were good.
No, the only one was like that Aubrey.
Yeah, the Aubrey
Like,
guy, he could make an argument at least.
yeah, he can make an argument. And like he was like, you could like listen to him and like not be like, fuck this guy, right? Like, so I don't know. The other guy just I couldn't take him seriously at all. Like he just seemed always on the attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's so I watched it right up until I think maybe like I think Corinth was on. And I'm like, okay, this will be the last one. And I went outside. Or I went into the garage. I was working and just time slipped by and I came out and I'm like, holy crap, Andrew's still on. So then I started looking around. I get bored easily. I found Sarah's stream and it had the Bachelor on there, and then I had fun. I had fun with that. Well, I was watching that, and then I went to bed. And I'm like, I'm watching it. And I'm like, this guy's crazy. What is wrong? What's wrong with this guy? And more than normal, right? Like I've obviously interacted with him some before, but I didn't think he was quite that unhinged.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't think he debates much, that guy. Like he
I don't
even
think he
said
debates
that,
at
right?
all. Yeah, I don't think he debates at all. So I was like, I was literally in bed. Like I was literally sitting. I had my notebook with a bunch of just technical stuff for the airplanes. I was sitting there looking at the notebook and I was listening to Sarah, and this guy just kept going and going. And I'm like, why is nobody like really calling him on this? Like, why is anybody what? And then I didn't realize that it was just Sarah because I wasn't actually watching it. And then I went to watch it and I was like, oh, please please let me up, please. And I didn't know because I wasn't watching. I was just listening. I didn't know that that Sarah had promised him that he would be the only one on her dance card for the evening. I didn't know that, and I was like, I was in the chat like, just let me up, give me a link. What's a brother got to do to get a link around here, you know? And so I wasn't going to get a link. I figured it out, and somebody was, I forget who it was. I'll look maybe, but I get a message saying you've got to go up on that panel. If they open the panel, you've got to go up. I'm like, I'm in bed, leave me alone. And then the chat started, and of course I'm sniping from the chat. Why would I not? Like, why would I not?
Of course, yeah. Like if I wasn't driving, I would have been sniping too, but I was driving pretty much the whole time. So,
and so I'm like sniping from the chat, and I'm getting taunted in my DMs by people like, go up, go up, go up. And I'm like, no, I'm in bed. And then I forget what he said that finally was like, all right, I gotta, I'm done. And, and I threw on sweatpants, a shirt, walked out to the studio. Fortunately, I left the heater on in the studio because it was like 15 degrees out last night. And, which I know is not cold to you northern folk, but down here, 15 degrees is 15 degrees American.
I have to when you say Fahrenheit, I have to think.
I know. You've got to do that whole.
I got to think about that for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Take away the.
Yeah. So there's two kinds of countries. Those that use the metric system and those that have landed on the moon. And
yeah, I mean it works. It works for me. Fahrenheit works for you guys. That's cool. Like it's really not. It's basic math, right? Like, but yeah, it's not bad here. It's 2 degrees here, which would be about a boot. Don't you know?
Hey.
We kind of talk like well, more of the East Coast guys. They talk like Minnesotites.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
You got to emphasize Minnesota. Well, hello. How are you?
Good. How are you? You got to tell me how to use Streamlabs. That was the first. So I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Gives me a minute to figure it out. How are you guys?
I'm good. It's been a long time. Are you okay? Have you been doing well?
Yeah. I mean, not really, but yeah. I've just been concentrating on sometimes things happen in your life and you realize like, wow, damn, life's short. My dad's important.
Life is life. We all have to live it.
Yeah. So I've just been doing that, trying to catch up on work. Lived in South Carolina for a month to get my dad home. So he had a massive heart attack whilst on vacation. So that was a lot. So getting back to work, recouping the money that was lost during that. And just kind of doing my own thing, taking a break. True crime's gotten crazy. Talk about just you cannot care. I've been gone for quite a bit, like 3 weeks or so. I can't tune into that genre that I'm in. So I get on a couple days ago and I find out I am being accused of basically being what's that in like the drug world where you got like your top and then they kind of trickle down where you got the small dealers, the middle dealers, the big time dealers. So basically I've been accused of being a top echelon of the secret cabal type thing that is running the show.
You're running a cartel?
I don't know what I'm fucking running, but I know I'm not. Like,
are you El Chapo?
Yeah, it was called a chomo. So that was new.
I don't know what a cholo.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna have to help me out with the cholo thing.
Yeah, that was
Where's Glenn at when I need him?
From a child molester that I'm running like some kind of sex training along with like controlling the narrative in a murder investigation. I was just like, how in the world? And then I click on who is saying all this, and it's like this guy with schizophrenia. And he's also addicted to drugs, and people take him seriously though.
That's a
So
winning
it's like
combination.
spreading. Like I'm just like
Schizophrenia
said.
and drug use, that's a winning combination. That makes for a lot of fun.
I know, right? And he thinks he's like a hacker, and he has all these like abilities.
I have
And
a friend of
yeah,
mine. I have a friend of mine
crazy.
that is oh man, dude, it's so I can do it without I can talk about it without, you know, giving out too much information. But so I have a friend of mine, and yeah, he's just, you know, one of the young dudes that hung around the shop and was part of the car culture. So I have no I don't even remember his age. He's like pretty young. He's probably 20 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And but you know, he's a car guy, so you know, he seemed okay. He got a wife, got a couple of kids, or actually I thought they were married. Turns out they never did actually get married because they're hippies from Boulder and they just, you know, marriage, whatever. And
Hippies from Boulder, Colorado?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got in Boulder. Boulder's the land of weed.
They're everywhere.
So,
what?
So a couple of years ago, you know, I'm talking to him. I hadn't really talked to him in a while. I start talking to him again, and he's, you know, life's changed. The first change is that he gets laid off from his job. His company gets bought out, and he gets downsized out.
Mm.
And he's like, it doesn't matter. I got plenty of savings. I got money. It's not a big deal. I'll get another job. Well, he didn't get another job. The savings run out. His I don't know what she was. Wife, no, not legally at least. Mother of his kids, possibly they're his kids. I'm not really sure. A lot of questions. So she leaves him. A lot of drama there, like a lot of really weird stuff. Like he convinced himself that she was putting glass in his food.
Oh.
And putting like stuff in his food to make him ill, to keep him sick, so that he couldn't concentrate and couldn't focus and all this stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Seems weird. I don't know.
Could be kind of easy to prove.
You would think so, but you know, never
mounted much.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. And then so he's had this, like, I've watched this mental decline.
Yeah.
From like a high functioning, like, you know, computer kind of guru guy. I've watched this decline into the depths of hell on earth, where he's now living in hotels. I'm not really sure how he's doing that. I'm not really sure how he's getting his money right now. I think he might be doing contract work. He's making claims like that Bitcoin stole his code, that he actually created Bitcoin. Everybody's out to get him. He's been arrested a couple of times for weird stuff. I mean, he literally thinks the feds are watching him. He has videos where he's like, see, there's the drones right there. They're the drones. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, man.
That's kind of classic DSM, you know, in the paranoid, you know, personality type.
He's totally paranoid. He has friends of his that he's known for years that they would change their number, and he'd be like, "You're not my friend. You're an agent. You're lying to me." I'm like,
yeah,
no, that's really your friend.
Yeah. Do you want to know something about drones? Drones in America. Okay, and all drones bought in the USA by people are made in China.
I think so. Yeah, I know mine is.
Yeah.
I know minus.
I heard that on the other day on Joe Rogan. He was talking with a guy, and he said that basically, like, they could like literally take over the drones at any
Well, the
time.
new ones they can. The old ones they can't. But the new
Yeah.
so that's actually a real thing.
Can you build your own thing?
The U.S. does not build any drones.
No, but
That's
can
crazy.
you build
Well,
your own?
the military drones they do. I know the guys that build them. I can't tell you who they are, but
But privately owned.
right,
There's
you're
no-
talking about like the DJIs and things like that.
Yeah.
And so China's actually China. That is, I do know about this. China has the way that they've built their newest generation of drones is the AI that's in it is capable of being accessed remotely by anybody that has access to that system, and they could take it over. I don't know why they would, because they're, these are tiny little personal drones for, taking shots of aerial views and doing drone racing and things like that with. But the AI still there. So,
But you have to have, like, I'm not sure the specifics, but you have to have a pilot's license to fly a drone out of your your site, basically.
no, that's not actually true. So you don't need a drone license to fly a drone.
No, not a drone itself, just out of your, like, basically if you're flying like 2 kilometers away from you, you have to have a pilot's license.
Well, only because you'll probably be above 400 feet. So once you get above 400 feet, you have to have a drone, and if you're doing it commercially. So yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, so
the point is
I
that
know some guys that were doing the commercial.
it's not
drone
good
life.
that China is making your guys' personal drones.
Yeah,
And I'm sure it's happening here in Canada as well.
I've lost the chat. What have I lost?
What's going on?
I don't know.
Or you've lost the chat.
You've lost the chat. I'm like, okay.
Well, I don't know.
I've not
I just
lost
figured out how to pull the chat up.
Oh, spam.
We all need
Spam.
to start making our own things again.
Oh, somebody spamming in the chat? Who's spamming?
No, he's putting pictures of spam. Raging Patriot.
Oh. That's okay.
You do that?
He's having fun.
It's like an emoji.
Oh.
It is, yeah, it's just an emoji of
Hey, all chats are good for your algorithm or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The more chats, the better.
So that's sorry to hear that, Mel. I'm glad that you're back, though. I hope that you intend on being online more and participating back in the Panelverse as you were.
I know. I do this. I just
No, I don't think I've met you before, but good to meet you.
Yeah, you too. I don't think I have. The Vengeful Truther. Cool name.
Nick.
Yeah. Nick or the Vengeful Truther.
There you go. But yeah, it's just it doesn't really generate a lot of income, and on my side of it, I put so much into it that it's just like really draining because it's just research, for murder.
Yeah.
So it gets a little much, but then I did pop into, I don't know what, I was like, nope, can't handle this on Sarah. Like you had that guy. I don't even know.
Yesterday?
Maybe with the weird things and like, I don't even know
Thing on
what
his
that
face,
was.
the mop on his face.
It said something about a millionaire or something. I was like, I listened
I
to
had
about
so much
3
fun with
minutes.
that guy, Mel. You should have hung around.
I should have, because I was like, what in the hell is this person? Is this real?
It's the internet. It's the internet, people.
Like a lot of crazy.
It's his shtick.
Is it? So is he actually a New York billionaire or what? Or just probably not? Doubtful.
Well, I certainly had fun proving that his house wasn't very expensive.
I did see that part.
Oh,
$3
yeah?
million, a $3 million house in New York. No.
No. I forget whose that was. So actually, I have I have an apartment in Jersey City, which is right across the river, and it's a 2-bedroom apartment. It's right near the Path station, and it's a very convenient into Lower Manhattan. And we only paid like $500,000 for it. Like maybe
Really?
520.
In that area? Wow.
Yeah. So
Do you, so you just kind of like use it when you were in the area or rent it
Yeah,
out?
like
Or
my wife went to New York for some meetings and a company party. So she was there. She's there now. So she'll be back tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Could go there. You let me rent it out if I attended the Rex Heuermann trial?
Actually, we are going to rent out the spare room because yeah, that's a real thing. Because my wife, so I don't like going there. I don't like New York at all. And my wife is getting to where she only goes there if she has to go there. So
like work and stuff.
We're talking about next month. Now my wife would probably just find some, like she always does for her roommates, is some Chinese or Korean grad student or doctorate student, and that always works out really well. So but short term, sure, I'm sure we're going to clean out. Well, not clean out. The room that she's currently using for her office, which is the smaller bedroom, which you can imagine what that's like in a New York apartment, right? It's a closet basically. But it's good. It's actually a really nice apartment. I like the apartment. I just wish it wasn't as close to New York as it is. The fact that I can see New York is the problem.
How far is it from
such a problem?
Is it Jersey City?
Yeah,
third world problem.
It is a third world. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm sorry, you were asking, Mel?
Long Island area, like west upper west area of like Long Island.
Let me
to drive. Pretty far from Indiana, so I do know that.
Yeah. I didn't have it pulled up. I don't know why, but I was looking.
Great. You got any plans for Christmas on YouTube at all?
I mean, I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Well, it's getting close, right? So
I know that we're not traveling this year, and I'm like super happy about that.
Well, I got an idea.
Was that a snicker? Was that a snicker there? That was a snicker.
I despise. I'm just. I don't know. I'm not a Thanksgiving and Christmas kind of girl. It just I feel like there are too many obligations that get put on my plate for the holidays, or at least they used to, and I've just been, I don't know, kind of like tainted by it, jaded by it. So, I've worked very hard to make sure my Christmases are very boring, and we don't go anywhere. We won't have anybody come over on Christmas. Like we'll do after Christmas, like another day. But yeah, I've eliminated all of the fuss.
I go to church and I open up presents with my daughter, and we have dinner, and that's pretty much it. Like family's far away, so we don't get to do that. busy shebang.
My ex-husband, their family does a traditional Christmas Eve dinner every year, and it's like 80 to 100 people. I mean, it's a family thing, and they all, of course, when they started this initially, they all lived around each other. They all lived a few blocks away from one another. So doing a Christmas Eve dinner wasn't that big of a deal. But we are an hour and a half away. So doing a Christmas Eve dinner, and then they're not even starting dinner till 6 p.m. So we get up there, and you get up there early, right? So you're doing all of this prep for this dinner, and then you have the meal, and then Santa comes. It's a whole big deal. It's like a 3-hour occasion, which I love the tradition concept behind it. But then we're not getting home till midnight on Christmas Eve, and guess who has to stay up and get all the Christmas gifts out after having a long day of already, you know, being up there and doing this whole big ordeal. And then I'm up till 4 or 5 in the morning getting all the Christmas gifts set and ready and, whatever. And then Christmas morning, I'm getting woken up by the kids super early, and I have to drag my butt out of bed and then, do all of you have to pretend to be alive at that point because you're completely defeated. And there's no amount of coffee that can get you through that morning because you want to be happy for the kids and everything. But it just like the last 10 years have felt like nothing but just this, back-breaking obligation that I always had to tend to. Even like putting up all the Christmas stuff and getting all of that out and in and all of this and that and this and that. So like Christmas used to be fun for me, and then I got married, and then it was just miserable. So So yeah, like I'm just scarred from Christmas, because it's never been fun and joy for me ever. So it's just,
Yeah.
Doing something and having to create.
Maybe you just been around the wrong people.
Well, I mean, my family,
If you're doing all the work, there's something wrong, right?
well, yeah.
And I know getting home at 4 in the morning is not
Mm.
cool. Like, I mean, I'm up till 2 a.m.
No, we would get home at like we would get home after midnight, and then I would be the one that was up till 4 in the morning putting
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the,
Getting it all ready and
yeah, but now you know why I'm divorced. But, because that was his family tradition, and I tried to say, like, maybe we shouldn't do this every year because this is pretty intense, and it's a lot of it's heavy. It's very heavy. And it no, it's tradition. We do it. We do it. We do it. I'm like, all right, like it's what you want to do, but like I'm the one that's doing the work. So I don't think he ever
Yeah.
understood that concept.
It's funny because I'm like the type too where I'll just be like, "Hey, we're not doing anything this
Yeah.
Christmas. Like
Well, that's
we
what
are staying home or we're going to
yeah.
Mexico. Like
That's
we're not fucking around, man."
and that's how I
There
that's
you
how I
go.
grew up. Like, that's how I grew up. Our tradition was we were home, we traveled nowhere. We did, like, the Christmas stories the night before. We did, where, like, we did the angel gifts, like, the angel whatever, secret angel whatever thing. So the night before, the Christmas Eve, we all got to open one gift from our secret Santa or whatever you want to call it. So that was a tradition, and my dad was like tried and true on we are going nowhere. This is our family, like our thing. And then we'd wake up Christmas morning, we open our gifts, have our family time, have lunch, all those things. And then if we wanted to go visit anybody, it would be like maybe later that night. But if anything, it would definitely be the next day because he's like, no, this is our thing, and that was our tradition. So then going from that to a family that like everybody travels in for a freaking day, like a dinner, and I get it. I understood the traditional portion of it and why they used to do it because everybody lived down the street from each other. But I'm like, we are almost 2 hours away. Like that's a lot for Christmas Eve, So like it's just a lot.
Yeah.
Especially for the kids. And when we
I
get home, we're carrying them to bed.
I think you got
That's
off
why you do
light.
it though, right? You do it for the kids, really. I mean,
Yeah.
so that the kids can be around the family, and you take one
Yeah.
for the team, right? That's kind
Well,
of how it
I
goes.
was the only one taking one for the team though, and that's why it just
Fair,
became
fair.
yeah. Yeah.
All I know is that
for example, normal, like last year, all I wanted to do was stay home and just enjoy peace and quiet around the house, kids play, all of that. No, no, no. We have to fly somewhere. We have to be there for 3 or 4 days, and we have to fly somewhere else. We're there a couple of 3, 4 days. Now we're flying back over the holidays. Everybody's extra miserable when they fly on the holidays, so that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't help. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the first year I think in like 5 years that we've not traveled for the holidays, and I'm like, I'm so happy about this. When my wife told me, I was like, thank you so much. Like, that makes me super happy,
Yeah.
and I'm just so glad I just couldn't be any happier about it.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Mel, Jersey City's like technically right across the water from Long Island, depending on where your thing's going to be. But and actually, where my place is very convenient to the water. Like you can get a ferry within a very short walk.
Yeah.
But
I know I feel like one of my brothers was there for a little bit a while back, and I feel like I know the exact spot you're talking about. And it's really nice, and like their little I don't know if you would call it like a little downtown, but where all of the restaurants and you can sit out on the street and everything,
yes,
like
that's
that little.
right, literally, basically right across the street from my house.
Wow. Mel, if you do come up, let me know because
down the
that's not too far.
It's down the street, technically, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so yeah.
that's a cute little area. Really nice.
That's not far from you. Is that what I just heard you say?
Yeah, it's like I'd say I mean New York City's like I would think it's 2.5 hours. So Jersey City's not too far for me.
Yeah. I have no interest in really New York. Like it's not like I'd rather go to like Montana or like Colorado,
Yeah.
but for this particular thing I would love to go in because it's a case I've been following since 07, 09, something like that. So it's finally like come to fruition. It's a huge serial killer case. Yeah. So one of the Long Island serial killers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's several.
When did that start?
Mr. Boulay
Really
comments
soon.
that I need the grift. I need a new propeller. I actually do need a new propeller, and they're expensive. So just
I would assume so. I need a new computer. Yeah, it's time. I don't know how well I will do with one. Like, I hate change.
I saw it. That was a yawn. That was a solid yawn.
Yeah.
Hello, Ticky Tack. How are you, sir?
Hey, Ticky Tack. I actually think I'm gonna go to bed.
Probably should.
Yeah, I don't think I've slept since March.
I usually am winding down at this time. As a matter of fact, my goal is to be done and gone by 11 or soon after. However, Josie wanted me to go over some stuff about the Hawk Tua cryptocurrency that may have been a rug pull, and she had to go do some stuff, and I don't know. So hopefully we get that. Hopefully she shows up soon because I am about to go to bed. I don't have to get up early tomorrow, earlier than usual. However, I keep a schedule, guys. I don't understand this streamer world where you guys are just like all willy nilly, just
I don't get it either.
random.
Well, you got to remember, a lot of us are Pacific time as well, right? So we're just getting
but there's a lot of streamers that will just randomly stream, random time, random day, random whatever.
Just gonna throw the rock. Throw the
There's
rock
no,
at Flow State.
yeah, there's like no set schedule or anything,
They're
and
young, I bet. They're
yeah,
young.
Yeah. Well, it's hard for me
yeah.
to mod Glenn's all the time because like by the time he starts streaming, like I'm like going to bed in like an hour, right? So,
Yeah,
but
same deal.
but you know, he's still going when I wake up in the morning as well. So I'm just like right
Oh
back
my
in there
God.
on the way to work.
Yeah,
So
Glenn's stream is really random, but that's because he has, and which, by the way, is just kind of the norm in California. He has so many different gigs that, you know, he's, you know, he's out of town right now on a job. He's constantly working on one thing or the other. So he could be on every day, and then he could be just not around for a week, and it would just
Mhm.
be, you know, it's just the way it is.
yeah, he likes to be on late so that he
My
catches all the after people and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? So
Yeah, my personality is such that I can't do that. Plus, I have kids. You know, I've got a 4-year-old, got a 14-year-old.
yeah, when you got kids, you're not up all night like that.
Yeah.
I am so hardline discipline on like if my week looks different, I get bothered. You know what I mean by like especially my daughter's sports
kids
schedule, like when we switch seasons and her schedule changes, I get irritable and I get very irritated at the idea like you've changed my schedule. This is unacceptable. And it makes it hard for me because like my life revolves around my kids and their schedules and like point A, point B, you know, and we're just so, but I could tell you what I'm doing 3 months from now. You know, like I know what's in my schedule, but I have to be that way because if I wasn't, there'd be way too much chaos and I don't like chaos. Like I
I
like
just have
very
to be home all day on Tuesday because I have to clean my house from ceiling to floorboard. It has to be sanitized and like spring cleaned every Tuesday.
Every
It
Tuesday.
takes me 8 hours at the very least.
Oh my God.
And
If
then
I
I
had
can
8
be
hours.
okay. But if that gets disrupted, I'm not okay that week.
Yeah. I
I've
think
been
that's
like,
probably
but it used to be every day like that. Like I have OCD, so
Mhm.
like I had to be able to just like put it into the one day, and then I could like be okay. But I used to like sweep myself into the bed at night, like it was really bad. So just on Tuesdays is an improvement. But
You
yeah,
know, I have a very,
pretty weird.
I don't understand how people can start late. I just don't understand how people start their shows late. I don't understand how they just start them at random. I mean, you know that you're going to do a show, you know how long your intro is, you know how long all of this stuff is. So, one of the reasons my intro is 20 minutes long is because if something goes wrong, I can shorten the intro and still start the show on time.
Mhm.
You know, that's,
Yeah.
you know, if like I have a, I don't know, I haven't had anything
I
really.
need an intro. I don't know.
Well,
I just
let's people
make
roll
one.
it.
Sorry,
I don't have one.
I couldn't
I
hear
just
what
like
you said.
go live randomly. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It lets people roll in for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's the entire purpose for me of the intro is to get people into the chat, get them talking, get them kind of bantering back and forth, and then you know that way it's not completely empty when I get in, and because what I try to just roll right into the monologue and start the monologue, and then you know I have a framework for the show generically, not always, but generically I do. It just seems very unplanned because my execution needs work. So
I don't know. Your intro's
I
pretty
don't
good,
your
man.
channel, like Vengeful Truth.
Yeah.
What's that? Sorry.
Do you have a channel?
I do, but I've been so busy lately. I haven't done anything. But
He's been
Yeah.
busy for the last year saying the same thing.
yeah, I am.
Just
I'm
gonna
always
throw you under
busy,
the bus
man.
on that one, Nick.
Single dad, 2 jobs. It's fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Canada.
I'm a single mom with 2 jobs.
Yeah.
You
And,
must have more
and,
time than me.
And one
You know,
of them
you got,
is
at least you didn't get made fun. I made fun of him. I didn't make fun of you. See that's white girl privilege. So
no, I own my shit. I don't make excuses. I just make it fucking work. End of
there you
story.
go. There you
Yeah,
go.
there's no time for excuses. There's no. I mean, I don't have time, but yeah, like I make time. You got to force it in there. I'm still trying to figure out how to make time to get back to the gym, but it's like looking at the schedule. It's physically impossible. I can't squeeze. You can't
Yeah.
create new time. So, but I do
Yeah.
have to sleep at some point.
Say
That's
I
what
think
I'm
I'm just
saying.
in
Like,
a
I have
different
to be able to
headspace with
sleep.
it.
And,
With the
yeah,
YouTube. Like I'm just in a different like place with it. Like it's just for me, it's like more passion. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm not like, doing the things.
Yeah, I think there's a difference. If it's like a hobby and you don't rely on it as an income,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
yeah, you do whatever you want, But like me, because now it's
Oh
become
yeah.
the second time,
yeah, like
second job.
I'm like Jake, like part-time creator, right? Like if I get a
Mhm.
good idea in my head, I'll hop on.
Yeah.
And I have some plans here with Glenn coming up. So
That's good.
yeah.
I like Glenn. He's a fun
That's
cat.
funny. All right, okay. It's like the 10th yawn. I'm
Have you
gonna
heard
take my
from Flow
cue.
State yet?
Yeah, I see he was live tonight, and
Was he?
yeah, he went live with some guys I've never seen before.
I know who they are. Those are like I've been hanging out with those guys on the tube for a really long time, like Wrestler and
I've heard about
Jeremy Locksmith, like all of those guys. So I was like, what is going on? One night I jump on and I'm like, I look on there and I'm like, oh my gosh, like your sphere that you've brought me, Sarah.
Right? I
And
didn't see
then
it. He was with some occult rejects and something else tonight.
Well, I don't know about tonight, but it was just the other day. I was just like, oh, because I have another group that like another genre, and they're all from
Mhm.
it. And then I was like watching Wrestler, and Flow State was on there, and I was like, how did this happen? This is awesome.
Resla's been in
And then
our
like,
circle
yeah,
for a while.
Wrestler opinionated. Not no.
Mm.
I mean,
I
not
should
from
I
like,
should
not from, like years
go over
back.
and beat up on the verbal combat panel.
Mm.
Yeah, you go do that. I'm going to bed. Mel, I'm
I
so
should go to
happy.
bed, but
Mel, we're doing a sip and stream tomorrow night if you want to come do
How are
that.
you?
It's, the casual, laid back stuff. It won't be like craziness going on as usual. Vengeful Truther, nice to see you again. And Grid, of course, love you so much. You kicked ass last night.
I tried.
You were
I
you're
tried.
going on the record for that one. But outside of that, I love you
We're gonna
guys.
have to watch the rest of it. So
Bye.
did you join the
Good night,
panel?
Sarah.
Did you join with her that guy?
I'm sorry?
Is that what he's talking about? Did you join the
Yeah. So I joined the stream and
I gotta check that out.
and I went after the guy and I tore him up for about an hour or so.
Yeah, he was being for some people I just have no time for like that type of personality. So to see them really put in their place as they should be, and I think more so for other people to see that that's like not okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I did watch it all, so I just saw him be just super asshole district. Just I don't like that.
So bad.
Yeah, so it's just like watching men be men and like I like that's what we need a lot more of.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of weirdos out there anymore. I'm telling you.
Well, I think they were always there, but we can find them easier now.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, a lot of the men too are out there. They're single. They're thinking the same thing. right? Like they're like, we need to find a good woman, like, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
even shows in the churches, like church attendance has never been higher with men.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
What's it?
I wish the
What
churches
church do you
would
go to?
reflect that because
What's that?
What's
I
it?
wish
Well,
the
not
churches
not
would reflect that. I'm sorry.
not
Yeah.
your church, like your church's name, because that might give too much info away. But like the denomination or like what type of church?
I usually attend the Ukrainian Orthodox.
Oh,
Because
wow.
the only other Orthodox here is in my town is Serbian one, and I'm kind of unsure about that. So
Serbian?
yeah, it's Eastern Orthodox Serbian Church,
Yeah.
but I'm just kind of So
Yeah.
I'm Baptist, so you know.
I am
but
Baptist too.
I haven't done all the catechism or anything like that. I'm not.
Guys, I'm going to send you over to Chaotic Truth. He is what a champ. That dude has been on. I swear
He's cool.
he's been on since like 10 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
You guys gonna enjoy this show. This is gonna be fun. Let me just set this up. They're debating trans issues and not transmissions. But the funny guys. And I don't know if they're still debating that. I'm really not sure what they're talking about now, but I got to get some sleep.
Yeah, I'm tired.
And but this will be fun. You guys will enjoy it, and it'll be a good time for everybody. We can just get final words from our guest. By the way, it's great to see you again, Mel. I knew that your dad was I knew your dad was not doing very well. I didn't know that it was maybe as bad as it was, and so
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you back. We're here. We'll be back on tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel, 8 p.m. to 11, and Central
Alrighty.
Standard Time. And other than that, man, it was good to see you, Mel. Any
Yeah,
closing
you
statements or
too.
words?
Stay safe out there. Spend time with your family. You never know,
Indeed.
You just never know how much more time you got left. And my dad is alive, but he woke up kind of an imposter, I feel like. So it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've seen that as well.
Yeah. It's pretty difficult. It's like mourning when someone's still alive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does actually.
All right. See you guys later. Nice to meet you, dude.
See you, man.
See you guys.
Or lady.
See you, Mel.
No, see you, Mel.
Mr. Boulay says he's on again. Dang gum, he's hardcore. No, he never stopped.
He doesn't
He's been on
stop.
for like 8. He's been on since like 8 o'clock this morning.
Mm-hmm. He has, yeah. I noticed that.
He's just not quitting. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, you can find me at the Vengeful Truther. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'll see you guys out there in the chat world. And Grid, that Christmas thing, I have an idea, so I will run that by you later. I'm gonna run it by like a bunch of different panelists. Maybe we can get something together.
Yeah.
Other than that, thanks for having me up, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the same stream, Mr. Boulay. All right, guys. Be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's show will be great. I promise you, it will be a chill stream. We'll have a lot of people. We'll have a panel back up tomorrow night. Hopefully, we'll be able to get Josie with the Hawk Tua Bitcoin stuff going on. Don't get scammed out there, guys. And be cool, because being cool is better than being uncool all day, every day. Remember Webb Wilder's rules for full grown men.
I'm not going to go through all of them, but one that's important is wear glasses if you need them. And you guys, get off my lawn.
Yeah, I just answered your question. Can you tell me what epistemology means?
Epistemology is the study of the epistles. I mean, you can. I told me that a husband and wife is supposed to be the representation of God and the church. He said he's a husband. I asked him if he sees himself as the embodiment of God, and he said no. That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, what is the epistles?
The epistles are the apostles. Are you talking about the